So, what do you think the deer has probably eaten in its lifetime, but like saved, that we don't know about?
I mean,
No
you guys
idea.
have a younger one, so I don't.
Yeah.
It hasn't had a master before that.
Yeah, but like, imagine if it just like found somebody's keys while it was being raised, and it was like chomp, and nobody found it, and nobody asked the deer for it.
A lot of crayons and left socks.
Kind of makes me think of that funny discount magic item, the pre-owned bag of holding. It
Where
acts
everything's
like,
covered in glitter.
yeah, you turn it inside out, but it just explodes into more glitter than feasibly known. Still has glitter in it after you reuse it.
I find it funny that the guy's players were able to like harvest the glitter off of it to use it for blinding people.
Oh, I came up with a funny magic item idea, right?
Mm.
It's like a belt buckle in the shape of a G. If you go up to like touch it, you'll be like, "Oh, what's this?" And then you'll ask that question or whatever, and someone will be like, "Who the fuck is there?" They'd be like, "What?" And kind of like a sentient item, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll get to know him as Gary Oglethorpe. Now, Gary is a perfectly well-adjusted gnome, very knowledgeable in his own library, vast library, in the actual plane of existence, but for some reason, this belt buckle just echoes and acts like a stone ascending in the library itself, so he just replies to whoever has it. Almost kind of like it's a portal into that place, even. But if you ask him anything, he'll know just about the answer when it comes to history checks. It just takes him a little bit of time to find it. His friends call him Google. Gary Oglethorpe.
If only I was high enough ranking to kick you out of this call right now.
Because of his googly eyes that he has. That's why he has glasses.
Mm.
Just like having an extra
For some
NPC
reason,
along for the ride.
For some reason, you talk about how it's a portal to this thing, which reminded me of that infamous story of the ring that was a portal to the fairy realm. You ever remember hearing that one?
Yeah.
Or was it a ring of invisibility where it just made your finger invisible? So it didn't teleport it to a library, and they started sending messages through, and they got a message saying, "Fucking stop littering with your shit." So they threw it in a lake and started a war because they flooded the fairy kingdom.
I love portal shenanigans like that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in World of Warcraft, there's a book detailing like conjuration and all that sort of type of transmute, all the sorts of magics that they did. And one of them retailed the Red Ridge incident, where somebody opened a portal underwater and flooded half of Stormwind.
Mm.
And caused a horrific drought in the lake at the same time.
I have come up with something that I don't know whether I want to keep it a spell or make it an item. Did you see the thing I said in TTRPG chat about how I was like hallucinating, half asleep, and had a YouTube video stuck in my head?
No.
That it was a video about some dude singing about how he hates the word pineapple, but instead of changing pineapple, he wants to name other things like that, like naming a foot a meat paddle, or naming cereal morning gravel. But one of the things he said was a curtain should be a window wink, because it's just two words that are, have a minimal conceptual link and they work. And I'm like,
That's
my
just
brain.
German.
Yeah, my brain made a spell though where you get a cloth, you put it up on any surface, and when you cast the window wink spell, you can use it like a curtain, and the object becomes transparent behind the cloth. I don't know whether to make that a spell or an item. Because as a spell, you could just use it like a napkin, or like use a tarp to all of a sudden have a glass bottom fishing boat.
Makes me think of a magician that has like a coat of lesser invisibility, which makes them invisible for 10 seconds, just long enough to do the trick.
Mm.
And it's gone! Throws it back over. And it's back!
You know, I think just being able to make a transparent window through a wall is a very useful recon spell.
Being able to cast invisibility on an object is a very funny recon spell.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you're like, hey, yeah, rogue, I'll cast invisibility on the barrel, so the barrel will be invisible, and so will you. No one tell him.
Cast invisibility on house. Just see all the shit going on in there. The maid's caught fucking the owner. The fucking dog is going ballistic, runs into things.
I'm just imagining this, just a wizard like, everyone, I am a mighty wizard, look as I fly! Turns out he only knows how to cast the spell invisibility and to cast it on a pair of stilts. I am totally flying! Stop trying to... No! Ah! I mean, I've seen people do that before, where, there was a character in One Piece where his whole thing was he could turn things invisible, and he made people believe he could shoot energy blasts because he just had hand cannons tied to his hands, but they were invisible. So when he extended his arm, it would fire the cannon, and it looked like he did it. One of my favorite uses of invisibility.
I love how I can just completely deadlock Raph at any point in time by just asking him what his character's favorite animal is.
Well, more like, you need to have one. I'm like, he doesn't have one though.
Yes, he would.
It's my character.
Everyone's
I make
got
that decision,
favorite,
dang it.
like, have things that they like more than others. It's just it's a piece of being a person.
Are there cool, like, fucking, name some cool shit in the Underdark. Let's go. Dan, explode your D&D knowledge. Cool Underdark shit. Let's go.
Fucking Cave Fisher, Umber Hulk. I don't know a lot of the Underdark
All
ones.
sorts of bugs.
Cave Fishers are great because their
we had
blood
those
is
fucking
alcoholic.
sky whales. We have fucking rock crabs. There's all sorts of shit, hun.
Let's go with the male bullet. That thing's kind of adorable.
Bullets are great.
Bullets are kind of great, though.
Bullets are great.
I always found it hilarious, and I wish I could have ran just like a normal D&D game back when I had this idea, but did you know bullets canonically will not eat elves? They won't even attack them, they'll just ignore them. They just ignore elves. So it's just like, imagine like, you know, there's a gnome, a human, a dwarf, and an elf all going around. It's just like, hey, what be that rumbling? And then all three of the other ones get eaten, and then elf is just there like, the fuck?
This favor is going to change frequently, just so everybody knows.
The elf has a new mission. Rescue your party members from the Elder Bullet. Yeah, my D&D monster knowledge is better suited to when someone brings up a thing, my brain goes, oh yeah, that's that thing. Like the Behir.
Situational, yeah.
Yeah. My knowledge is more like a Pokedex, where it's just like, ah yes, the Behir. It is a lightning elemental draconic-like being, very much hates dragons. Really fucking hates dragons. It will fight to the death. Literally, if you get like a juvenile Behir and an elder dragon, the Behir will be like, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna fuck you up, bro. And then just get squished.
So kind of like in the case of, alright, we're dealing with one of these, you. I have no fucking idea what that is. Sees an icon on it. Oh yeah! Blurbs 5 paragraphs from 3.5 onward.
Not 3.5, but 4th edition. That's when I start. I started my D&D journey with some books called Practical Guide to Monsters. And that was based in the Dragonlance 4.0 world.
Now here's the real question. Does he like it because it's a cool animal? Is he scared of it, or is it a comfort animal?
You just think they're neat. Would like to pet one.
Alright.
He's also a fan of wolves and the fucking, the elvish flappy boy mounts are pretty neat.
Apparently, it's
We're
on me
talking
out of
bullet and
Roll20
not
at some point.
the orc rock dog bullets.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't think bullets exist in my world, but fuck it, for now they do. I actually did repurpose them into the fucking orcish mounts.
That's for Oswald's actual favorite monster or animal. It's he just likes the more weird and scrunkly a thing is, the more Oswald likes it.
Go, rust monsters.
Nah, more like the fucking bottle.
Oh, God.
He still really wants that portal ability.
I can't believe the level of bullshit that you got that you're still using from whenever we were like level 3 getting random encounters in the woods.
My first fucking ability is still, like, every other time I make it is on my bar. The bear armor one, that's the Zorbo. He really likes the Zorbo too, because it's just like, this is a really good ability.
And we had to like, what, fight 1 or 2 of them, and they're just assholes to us.
They were just little evil koala bears.
Are you guys all here and ready?
Think so. Hi, everybody.
Hatter,
I'm
you've
not
not
gonna
said
make you
anything.
roll. And he hasn't.
Had our
Is he
voice
here?
tests.
Apparently, I still have my shit set on push to talk. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Were you
Have you
talking
been
this whole
trying
time?
to talk?
Hey, Dave.
I'm sorry. Anyway, we don't have to roll today because I've already fucking thought of the question. Aahana, what is Ahana's favorite pet? Or, sorry, animal?
Animal.
Me.
So I had to reload Roll20 because it was stuck, I guess, sizing scales. I want to go for the joke and say snake, but
What kind of snake? The two-headed soul swappy snake? The gold snakes? From the desert?
so
Fucking
many
one you
snakes.
have? Anacondas?
You're just there thinking out loud, which snake is my favorite? Black Mamba looking at you like, you fucking better choose wisely.
Oh, my black mamba. That's black mamba.
No, but seriously, what is Ahana's favorite animal?
Oh my. Give me 5 seconds to find its name.
4, 3, 2.
It's just Johnny.
Really, the Tressum. Small
what?
winged cats.
The what, sorry?
The Tressum. It's the-
Tressum?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it should exist. It's something you summon from another realm, so it can also exist in this world.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's the cats with the hippogriff
The
wings.
wings.
Yeah.
You do know it's not your favorite, but her favorite, right?
Yeah, but she likes cats. We haven't gotten to run
Really?
into any.
Because I've...
There's also there are phoenix cats, which are winged cats.
They're not
in-
winged.
They're
They're
not winged?
feathered.
I thought some
They're
of them had wing-
definitely
they're
not
feathered.
winged.
I just don't know if there's any winged cats. She would like a cat that would be able to fly with her.
What
I have
about
her
whatever-
Milken,
That's why
but
she-
those aren't winged.
What
Like
about
the
whatever
little
fuck-
spider she likes right now because she can take it around with her, and they're a mamba as well.
What about
like-
whatever the fuck Susie is?
It's not a cat, it's a rabbit with wings for ears.
Oh yeah, but I figured
It's a
she changed
Patamon.
it. Yeah.
It's fucking
Patamon.
Patamon, damn it. Anyway,
Patamon.
It's just we've never ran into any
How
cats.
did I
But you-
know? I didn't. I had a
She's not
fucking
just gonna
Digimon.
try and get a regular cat to take adventuring with her.
you did go to a fucking pet store and then it chose a snake instead of a cat. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because I wanted something that could fight. Like we have a house now, she'll probably like try and get a cat.
That
Like-
poor fucking thing.
The mamba is like for fighting while staying with her. It can like slither away and hide itself. A cat, you know, she's like, they don't really like to listen. I don't know what it would do in a fight.
Lusan is fucking just horrified at what you're saying right now.
Well, she's also like, if you go to Ahana's bedroom, I've been sitting here and I had oh my god, I had Leafy in her bedroom and she was just in there on the bed for a while now. She likes cats!
You can say Leafy's your favorite.
I guess.
Leafy can fly
She's
one
also
day.
partial to things that can fly. She's like, something that can fly with me.
If only we had a
Bird!
cat that can fly. Louison also looking there.
It
That
came
was a
from
whole
me.
thing he had to go
It came from me, long one.
Is Leafy gonna have wings?
It will have
Oswald.
little jet wings on top of its flowers.
Oswald.
So to clarify, you mean
No, hang on. I'm not done. I have a specific question for you.
yeah,
What is your favorite animal group?
animal group?
That way you can cluster them all into one. What is your favorite, like, subspecies?
That makes it harder.
That's it, actually?
Because I had one in mind.
Okay, fine. What is your favorite animal, Oswald?
If you said like pet animal, he'd be like, oh, the garum spiders.
No, we're not talking about pet. We're talking about
Oh.
animal.
Animals in general.
Yes.
Ugh.
So that's why I was gonna like make it easier by giving you like a group you could pick instead of just one. Group it
Thinking.
is. Is it still Aldoranga?
No. What group are they in?
They're called aberrations.
Eldritch squiggly
Oh,
fucks.
okay. I thought you were asking like mammals, reptiles. If you're
No.
asking classification of monster, okay,
Yes.
it's monstrosities.
You're welcome.
He fucking loves monstrosities just because it's like there's so many weird scrunkle things in them.
Fair enough. You want
So
to
you
talk
st-
more on this, Oswald, or are you good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Just imagine in the background him just chattering away like the Canadians from South Park in the background of everyone else's answers.
Aelin. What is Aelin's favorite animal?
It'll have to be the ferret. They're like wee little furry murder noodles.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten one yet.
Not poor little wee Adrian.
Yet.
Wee Adrian, offended, stabs you with his tongue.
Oh, he's a wee arsehole anyway.
I thought you would like that in a pet.
I do.
And well,
It's-
yours is the bullet, correct? Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. They're kind of cute.
Everyone's offended by everything today, I get it. That is all, we can move on.
Rollock is fighting Zack for a
What about
spare
Jani?
piece of fishies. Johnny.
Oh, fuck! Johnny,
how it
I'm
is.
sorry, I was taking a nap earlier because I took some anti-nausea fucking shit and it knocked me out again.
I see how it is. It's
Johnny.
Silence NPC.
Johnny, what is your favorite animal?
Cobalt.
What?
Cobalt.
That's not an animal. That is a human.
For
that is
some
a-
races, it is an animal.
No, it's not.
That's
It is
racist.
a person. What is your favorite animal?
I told you, Cobalt.
It is not kobold!
That's
Johnny, what is your favorite animal? You're a druid, you know this.
picks up. Cobalt dresses it in a squirrel outfit.
It's not a, it's not a
Squirrel.
Molly proceeds to peck you to death.
Where's Molly?
Molly is angry that you're saying this. You will incur disadvantage on something in the future if you do not answer me properly. And I'll
Fine.
be channeled through Molly too.
He like whispers very quietly so the giant goose can't hear. Ducks.
Alright.
Prowler noise in background.
Arr.
Like, what the hell is that weird noise? We turn around, it's just the prowler noise coming from Molly.
We can continue.
Alright, I'll do the intro. Welcome to the Legends of Narthuza. Last time, in summary at least, our valiant team of Copperclaws continued scouting out the large town and even got their fortunes told. Afterwards, the group went and investigated the burial sites, shrines, and graveyards of the humans, weeding out yet another potential lead. They learned some of the town's history, how they are frequently speaking with and visited by their ancestry, and show no signs of being upset. The party retired for the night and had even more nightmares of strange, quickly fading, flat-faced creatures. The party, despite having a conversation about it, decided the next best thing was to simply return later after dealing with some hydras. We'll see how long it takes to saddle the drakes. Switching us over. Oh, I had a question.
Yeah.
Aahana and Wilk are in full plate right now. Do we have helmets?
Yeah.
So we've had helmets.
That's part of full plate. Why?
I just wanted to make sure. Because I never thought about Aahana with a helmet, and I was like, you know, am I going to be that stupid person that doesn't wear a helmet in realism? No, I'm not going to be.
No, you have a
Not
helmet.
that
You just selected the hide helmet option.
There's a very rich man who gives people the ability to make their helmets invisible. He gets paid handsomely for it.
Ham.
Ham.
Handsomely.
Ham.
I'm trying to talk here.
Team's
man.
invincibility human Emporium.
Weirdly Eastern European.
Lusan's got like strips of stolen bacon. He's putting them on himself so they cook, and then he eats them off.
We can do that intro unless we did it already. Did we do it already?
I just not finished it, yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm
You
gonna have
did?
to reload.
Yeah, we did.
Jesus Christ! Apparently I blinked. I didn't know I'd been done yet. All right.
Well, now you know what they think of your intros, Raph.
That's okay. Y'all think I don't just bullshit this stuff up 30 seconds before we go live? Just over here like the cat being forced to smack on a keyboard for internet views.
I'm just imagining old-fashioned keyboard cat, but like shackled and crying.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing?
I'm adding ability to my bar that I apparently forgot to last time.
Molly's trying to intimidate somebody.
Aelin.
She doesn't like Aelin. It's alright.
Aelin's just not turning around. He's
We're all
staring
like
at the
that.
fucking table.
Wilk's flying out to the square with that bottle just for hope that it will catch any kind of conversations going on down there.
You're just making her
Okay.
angrier.
He's looking at me, ain't it?
It's just
So
like
is it morning or night?
It's
over top of
morning.
you staring at you with one eye.
Grabs Goose with both hands by neck.
Head turns real quickly.
Hold on.
Charisma saving throw.
Hold on. Hold on. What the fuck is it?
Oh wait, I gotta make an intimidation check too.
Why do I not have it? What? Did she just,
How many days
did
has
I
it been
never make
since
this in the
Johnny's friends have left? Has the gentleman left too?
Yeah, I think this is the second day since they left.
Yeah, this is the second day.
You gotta be a 26.
You also need to make me a save at the same time.
Combat. Wisdom
One gets
save.
paralyzed and the
Yeah.
other one has to flee for their life.
The fuck is the saving does?
And what save does she have to make?
Charisma. It matches, by the way.
As an elemental, isn't she immune to fear?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, so
I just wanted to roll anyway.
It literally just both of them one's hissing and they just stare at each other and that's it.
Well, it matched, so it depends.
yeah,
What-
matching means they pass. Remember?
Okay. Doesn't specifically say fear resistance on here, but I'm assuming you meant to say fear when you said charmed.
No, I meant charm.
Hmm.
Is she not listed as fear? Oh,
Uh,
it's because of the birds. Yeah, no, she.
blind,
she,
charmed, poisoned, paralyzed, deafened, petrified, and exhausted.
If it's not listed, it's then yeah because of the
Damn it.
birds and shit. I apologize.
Of course, she wasted that fucking nat 20. Can you not ever do that again? Please.
He can roleplay his character. Come on.
Just not that fucking noise.
He's making goose noises.
Maybe don't put the mic past your tonsils when you do that, please.
Okay, it wasn't that bad for me. All right.
It hurt the shit out of my ears.
Damn.
He is down. There's just certain frequencies that fuck with my ears.
Molly takes a seat at the table.
There, an adequate buffer.
Where's that delicious looking bug?
Oswald has to go finish cooking because Molly scared off the cook.
We believe in you, Oswald.
You
I
shouldn't.
don't believe in him.
I only know how to make eggs.
Eggs are good.
She wasn't making eggs.
Eating a bird.
Oh,
Kindred.
shite. Everything's an egg if you think about it the wrong way.
Hey.
Oh, damn.
You should be on your way back by now, hon.
Make
You made-
souffle.
He made bacon eggs.
Alrighty.
Bacon pancakes.
Is 12
let's
good
see,
enough
what
to
does she
get
make?
the mounts ready for leaving? I don't think it is.
I mean,
For
Oswald
yours
was gonna help
only.
you, but yeah.
All of the others will not listen to you. You find that out immediately. The blue one doesn't want to move, and then the black one gets aggressive the moment you open her door, and then the green one just does that like haughty, just I'm not moving from this spot. You're not my master.
You're the
Sorry,
only
it's-
big girl, Kathy.
Drakes are
Oh.
temperamental.
Yeah, I know. I sat there and I was looking at that 12 and I was like, that's not going to be good enough.
They had to
Oswald-
wrestle their drakes to tame them in the first place.
Yep.
Walks
The
in.
only thing they let help them is Lufa, just because she's like, okay, don't eat my head, don't eat my head, don't eat my head.
Musan turns his head.
All she has to do is throw food in the room. She doesn't have to be in there for
Yeah.
long.
Well, she also had to walk them.
Oh, I can tell you right now, they're not going to go on walks with her. I apologize.
Oh, but you said they did. Okay,
What?
well,
No.
yeah, when we said that last session, you said, oh, okay, yeah, the only one that's going to be a problem is Brutus is not going to get out of the room, so...
It'd be weird for the drakes to be willing to follow anyone, but they'd be willing to leave on their own. They would just not be willing to follow.
Okay.
Brutus doesn't want to leave, period. He's got his nest.
Musan turns to look at Wilk like the kid who forgot to take the fucking chicken out of the freezer. Wilk looks around. So, are the drakes ready?
Not yet, food was just done.
Hey, give a man a second to eat.
I finished eating before I left.
I said a man, not a dog.
I'm a dwarf.
Look, it's been 2 fucking weeks. I didn't know if we had finished eating yet or not. Yeah. But, Wilk, you gotta... Do you really expect any of us to be able to saddle up your territorial drake?
None of the drakes would listen to me. I did my best.
Yeah, you gotta wrestle them to... They only
Out
recognize
of
one
the
master.
way. Out of
No.
the way.
Johnny, do not.
Out of the way.
Musan looks over.
You
Finishes
might
the
actually
eggs.
get eaten.
No, he'll just turn into a drake, a bigger drake, and be like, listen to me.
Window.
I'll make sure he doesn't die.
Alright,
Is it-
and I go.
is it
do
that
a
one, or
virus.
is it-
No, that one will listen.
That one's already saddled up and has her harness on. She's
That
good
one's
to go.
Oswald's. I suggest you start with that one because if it starts eating you, Oswald can stop it.
He looks at it.
Animal
It is
handling.
big and fat and does not care.
I cast Beast Spawn.
I don't think it's friendly to you.
Yeah, it doesn't charm the animal. It only works if the animal is already charmed.
Or friendly. It is currently friendly, but I'm gonna have you roll some checks for
It's
this.
currently
Let's do it.
indifferent.
Roll your
Haughty and
casting
indifferent.
modifier, and also I need you to roll his stubbornness. So I'm guessing charisma.
All right, I'll roll his charisma.
So just roll charisma, and then I'll add what it would have to it.
Oh. All right, you just want me to roll a d20.
Telepathically with John.
Yeah, he doesn't have a stat block yet.
Yeah,
Just like-
Johnny, roll your casting stat.
Oh,
So click wisdom.
yeah. Where's my sheet? There it is.
I don't know where you fucked your sheet, but you probably shouldn't do that. You'll get paper cuts on the dick.
13.
Alright, so while you're not bonded to this creature, he's not about to like do anything to you.
Come on, man. Just let's put the saddle on you.
So while you kind of have this tenuous telepathic look, he's looking at you, and in your head you hear, "You'd make a good snack."
Just imagining at some point he's there like, focusing on casting the spell. My Drake just slowly opens his mouth and puts Johnny's head, like, is about to bite Johnny, and he just sees Oswald glaring at him like, no.
And this overweight beast is now like he kind of shifts like he's gonna get up, and then he's like, not worth it.
I'll make a deal with you. Nice.
Does it have food?
Yes. The
I don't see any
biggest.
food on you. Am I eating you?
No.
Well, then I don't
no.
want to deal with you.
Biggest steak you've ever seen.
I don't see the steak, do I?
Look.
Oswald is just like wrapping
They're
up
just
the door.
staring at each other, and he's talking to the dude, and the dude's like, you don't hear the Drake saying anything.
What about a piece of jerky?
Nah.
Giant
Maybe.
goose.
Where's the goose?
One, I don't want Molly burrowing out from inside of him. Two, maybe let the owners of the drakes saddle up their own drakes.
You want to meet Safi, Johnny?
Like, you see the big blue Drake like look past you to look at Oswald, and you see him perk up a bit, and he's like, "Oh, he's here." You hear in your head because of the link you two currently have. Not you, Oswald. I'm talking to Johnny. And then Johnny, you realize he looks back to you. He's like, "Oh, you're using magic of some sort. What the fuck are you?" He starts to get a little belligerent about this. Like, the fuck you do? And he starts to get up. This big chunky boy who's clearly been fed way too much. He starts trying to haul his ass over to Johnny, mouth gaping open. Like, you did something bad to my head.
Oswald grabs like his horn with one hand to like shift his mouth over, and with the other throws in one of the things from breakfast, which it was a potato pancake stuffed with sausage and cheddar.
Immediate, like, the fucking frustration and anger and fear you were feeling, Johnny, gets washed over by food, and then he just sort of sits down and is now chewing.
I just start saddling him up.
Telepathically, fat fuck, and walks back out of the door.
Telepathically, you hear, you know it.
So,
Run.
So I'm gonna need you guys to roll initiative.
Can I try anything to keep him from?
It's a big Drake. You're not that strong, but you can now do something as he like you were in the middle of doing the thing and he was fed, and then he heard the insult, so he lumbered up and like a fucking train that's been fed too much, so it barely squeezes through, just sort of lumbers out. This man has mass now. I fear anything trying to stop it in its way.
And I'm half attached to him, so I'm being dragged along. All right, Johnny, roll initiative.
Roll initiative. Oswald will use you.
I did 18. Cool.
Whose dex is higher? What's your dex, Johnny?
My dex is 13.
And mine's 15.
I'm not talking about yours. It would be the Drakes, so they match on that as well. So reroll.
Or
Drake goes first. I need you to roll me a d20. Oswald, not you.
Okay.
Just Oswald at the moment.
D20. 13.
13 plus 3 is 16. Does a 16 hit, Johnny?
16 does not hit.
Well, you barely scamper out of the way, like turning to the side as you hear this thumping behind you, just in time as this jaw comes down and mashes right where your body was just moments before. It is now your turn.
Fucking cannibal.
Johnny, what the fuck did you do?
Fucking. Hold on. Would that even work?
Do you need help?
No, I was thinking of something stupid. I could use this. This is ready. Did it cast? Oh. I guess I can cast it at...
Keep track of your spell slots if you're using spells.
Yeah. Cast it at level 4. I'm almost out of food.
Give me a d20, buddy. Or Oswald.
Oh, all right.
Does Drake have a wisdom intelligence over
19.
4?
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't work, Johnny. Like, you feel it reach out, and that's a pretty high DC save, but he rolled just baseline decent.
Also, it just automatically doesn't work because it's got a higher int than 4.
In his
Oh,
head,
is
he's
that
like,
what it
"I
is? I thought it needed to be an into 4 in order to work.
If it
Son
beats
of
the
a
intelligence
bitch.
4 or higher, the spell fails.
Oh! Well, then you would notice immediately that the spell fails, and you don't use any spell slots because it would fizzle.
Can I
Son of
roll
a bitch.
initiative?
I will have you guys, everyone moving on the next turn. The surprise round is over, and now Johnny had his thing. Do you have any movement or anything you want to do? Just remember, you are in range of him. If you try to leave the range, he will get not attack opportunity.
Can I sprint?
No,
You can't dash. You
because
already
you
used your
used your
action.
action.
Huh.
All right,
Where's-
roll me a d20, Oswald.
Hold on, I was seeing what my movement speed was.
Oh, were you not
Cool.
moving?
I am now.
I am now that the attack failed.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right, it is now the Drake and everyone else's turn. Wilk, you literally are watching this happen. Oswald, you're attached. Aahana, you see things behind. We'll go. Oswald, you're closest. We'll go by who's closest.
Okay. Oswald's going to attempt a animal handling check to get it under control. So I guess the saddles have like reins and stuff, right?
He's not saddled up at the moment.
I know, I was just like I was in the process of putting it on, so I would have like
You had enough time to drape the saddle over the back, and then it
Fair.
fell off the moment he started running.
and anything involving like whipping around his head would be way more than just an animal handling check. So I'm just gonna try to leap on him and try and calm him down.
Okay. He pauses in mid like lumbering like I wouldn't call it a jog, but it's close. And he, like his head whips around and you see one big like brilliant red eye like is peering at you, and you can see the pain behind it. He can't speak, but since they understand Draconic and slowly, because of you guys talking to them, have learning common slowly, you could tell he's unhappy. Like he got like someone just insulted his mother.
He doesn't like being called fat.
If you hurt him, it's gonna upset Aahana a whole bunch, so I'll just have Aahana punish him instead. Is that okay? I'll get you some more food.
Roll me a d20, see if he can understand what you're saying.
He's more just like talking to to a pet, just like, no, it's fine, it's
No,
fine.
that's decent. He gets the gist. He doesn't look happy about it, but his head droops, and he's already breathing heavily from just that short jog.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Like the one that has been following around the gourd, like Lufa, is this one because one, it looks like food, and two, it's yours. So he's been going on jogs at least, but it's still not enough because he's still a lazy fuck, and Lufa can only do so much.
Molly's just laughing this entire time.
So
Duck laugh.
I will say we are out of combat.
I'm gonna just lead him back in here.
Oh, he's just
Grumbling.
running.
Aahana, I don't know what he did, but he did something that upset Amit more than I've ever seen him upset. He upset Amit more than when I tried to feed him
You
salad.
guys don't have access to these here. I'll change that.
Which, I mean, you should have seen. That's the only time he's ever tried to bite me, is when I tried to feed him salad. So,
I will go talk to Jani. It looked like like they were getting upset that Aahana would remember your Drake's name. I've literally just blanked.
Amit.
Thank you. Looks like Johnny got upset that Amit wouldn't let them put the saddle on, and they might have lashed out. I'll deal with it.
I'm giving you
Reaches
guys
over.
access to your tokens. I apologize.
Pats on Amit.
He's just still
Yeah.
laughing.
Oswald, like he'll let it happen, but he grumbles.
Alright, I'm gonna
Wow,
get him saddled up.
I slept in a pile of all of you. You can let me pat you.
Just watching this whole thing with his hand ready to open the thing. Well,
Just walks up, stares at him. Why is this my life?
same. Opens door.
You guys should be able to move your tokens now.
Nice.
Yeah, I can move fatso.
Johnny.
He's hiding behind the pillar.
Johnny, yes, Aahana.
He
Walks
scurries on
in.
the other side.
You're not being chased anymore. Well, you're not being chased by Amit anymore. Come back
What?
here.
I thought you were that fat ass dragon.
Drake, first of all. Second of all, don't insult Amit.
Pretty
Look.
girl, come here.
I've never seen a Drake
Animal
whatever
handler.
that fat before.
Oswald left him with a lovely older couple,
What?
and they might have spoiled him a bit. Oswald's working on it. They got him on a training regime.
Where the fuck's my mallard? Why didn't she protect me?
I think she was too busy laughing.
That motherfucker starts running. You son of a bitch! You piece of shit!
Starting to see why she didn't protect him.
Puffs chest out. Saddle or no pancake?
No. As you're saying that, she's puffing her chest out because, like, this is the first time, and you're like, you haven't, like, one, been visiting her and often enough for her.
I have said I
Two,
have been.
She's been wanting to sleep in your room, and you haven't even realized this yet. 3, Brutus is here. 4, her head dips down. You think she's about to bite you at first, but then you feel the sniff snuff, and then she's like, she pauses. She doesn't smell Brutus on you yet. Maybe you did come to her first. And you see her frill stand on end, and like all of she gets all like royal and regal as she stands up all pretty, like, hell yeah, you chose me, motherfucker. So she turns to her side and presents you. So
I'll
that you
point
can-
out, Shay didn't say you didn't visit her. She said you didn't visit it enough for her liking.
Yes.
You have.
I
a
am the
fucking...
feeding the animals boy. I am the one that they all love.
What are you talking about?
It's actually been
Lufa
last,
feeds the
like,
animals.
Well, yeah, for last week, but I have been the only one to spoil them with pumpkins in every session. I'm always like, take care of it. I hired an adventuring party to get yours.
And then you beat the shit out of Aelin to get mine instead.
All of us.
I have not forgotten that.
Yes, you had.
I give her the pancake and I start saddling her up.
By the way, I just want to say, I was really hoping to hear Johnny right outside the door like, "You stupid bird, why didn't you protect me from that fat ass Drake?" And just have the door open like.
Johnny, as you're like scolding your mallard, the door down here is starting to rumble as you hear pitter patter of like really eager legs, and then like a body slamming against the door every so often.
What
Oh.
the fuck? Get out of my way. Pushes Goose out of the way.
Oh boy.
That I
It's
can't
the
remember which one is Brutus's room.
It is the other yandere, yes.
Pulls out his scythe and readies it.
No.
Another yandere?
Opens
Put
the door.
grab
What the
scythe.
fuck?
And as the door
Brutus-
opens, it like its head sticks out. He looks around past you both, and then she just sort of like, you see as her like frills get like a little saggy, little just upset. And then they stare down at you, they hiss, and they retreat into the room, and the tail closes the door. They heard
I'll-
everyone else getting ready to leave, and she's all like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna get to go out!"
Just opens door. I'll go get Aelin. Closes door. She knows they don't have like that kind of intelligence, but she
They
just talks to
do,
them.
they do. They understand Draconic more than they understand everything else, but you guys don't know that. And they're slowly learning Common, but it's more along the lines of like, like slightly, like a dolphin. They're close to dolphin in intelligence.
Aahana, as you walk in,
Just
Aelin's got his
walk
boots
by.
up on the table. He's kind of leaning back and he's trying
Wipe
to shave the side
Aelin.
of his head with his knife.
Just wipes
What are
you.
doing?
He
For
got
the
his head
shave.
shaved and tattooed like a month ago, so that's
Yeah.
just grown in now. He's
Yeah.
trying to shave it back.
1 second.
Sticks beef jerky underneath door.
Wilk, I
No,
found
wait,
the
not
genius
a
idea.
save. It would just be a check.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to grab Aelin.
You're grabbing him despite the fact he's
I'm
trying to
just
shave his head.
swiping him.
I know, but you're trying
He's
to.
gonna lose an ear.
As you're walking in, you're seeing him like leaning over the table, like fucking knife blade up to his head as he's trying to shave it next to his ear. Are you really gonna grab him?
Yes.
Oh. Oh no.
God.
Dexterity saving throw. 1
Save
to
your
save your
ear.
ear.
All right, come on, baby.
All right, you save your ear. You don't even cut yourself. Now I'm gonna need you to do that competing check if you're trying to struggle. So it'd be acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
You have to beat a 13.
You do not.
Then fuck.
You are currently grappled and being dragged, I'm sure.
You don't need to drag me. I'm fucking shaving. Ah, you bastard! Almost cut my fucking ear off.
You shouldn't be doing that at the kid. We have 2 bathrooms. I'm gonna tell Lupa so she beats you up.
Razor
I
just
was
goes into
comfortable.
jugular.
Oh god, no, that's the log too.
What are you talking about, jugular? Oh, the shaving?
What's
Shave
wrong,
his head.
Oswald?
Come on.
Johnny just
Said
shoved like
I have a genius idea. We just need to get a bunch of enchanted gemstones with different words attached to them, so the drakes can just hit them, and it says what they want.
By the way, hun, the moment that she saw him, there was like a moment of like a head tilt to the side and to the other side, like they didn't recognize him. And then you see him like her like head facing towards her own door, but her eye is just staring at him, and you don't
Opens
know what's
door.
going on.
Opens door, pushes Aelin in.
Animal insight.
Is this? Oh, it is.
Yeah, this one.
You immediately get tackled.
No, that was. Oh.
closes his door, locks it, walks away.
She's coiling around you, but at the same time, she's like dragged her saddle and like harness off the wall and is like tossing them in your lap.
He's
We're
like kind of
getting
just cuddling into her, just hey, girl.
We're getting some great rolls right now, aren't we?
She wants to go out. You can tell.
Mustache.
All right, darling, come on, we'll get you all saddled up.
You don't even need to make a roll. She happily lets you just saddle her up.
Petting Safi.
You
This
notice
is
it's
Safi.
you
That
know it's
insight, honey,
cross-eyed.
with a nat 1, she's into him.
Clearly.
Uh-oh.
She likes
come
them
on.
big.
We're gonna
She likes
go
them
for some
chunky.
stompy righties. We're going outies.
Oh,
Excuse
Guys are
me?
great.
Pardon me.
Messages to Oswald murmuring under his breath. We need to keep them separated, I think. The Drake's going to heat.
if they
I don't know.
if they have babies, they go into heat.
Luva's just standing there looking out the window, holding all 3 Eldrunga and Leafy.
You see what was left behind.
Yeah, I saw the mustache you drew on her.
It's also cross-eyed.
So, should I be bringing the Eldrunga and Lufa, or should, they stay here?
Yeah, they should be fine to stay.
It's good to have
You
security.
goose.
Yeah, that is true.
We have big human. Hold on. Luson, I can't believe you forgot. And everybody's heads. Father, I'm sorry. I'll go do it right now. If you like looking through the window this way, Luson's face is in the Dirg. Like he's halfway being swallowed right now. Trying
I'm
to pull
sorry,
something out.
Father.
Rips out
What the
fire
hell is he
silk
doing?
blanket, hauls ass with it. Father said you were cold, and to make sure you were safe, I am sorry I failed you. Throws fire silk blanket on Brutus.
Don't you mean on the like web wall
Yes.
that's in the doorway?
Gives
Web
pats
fails
and
are
belly
big.
rubs to traumatized deer. Imagining the deer just like a fainting goat just fell over with its legs just out straight. Lufa's just like concerned, giving it belly rubs and checking like, are you alive?
Just like a fucking... it's like a cloud just pulling out the blanket out somebody's throat. Say sorry, motherfucker. How are you doing this?
As the scene is all the last thing you see as you guys leave. You can go outside, motherfuckers.
I will say I'm outside.
Since you're not
Move.
sitting in the hallway.
The fucking
Yes.
thing keeps-
As you guys are slowly but surely carrying. Or are you guys running? Are you guys riding them into town? It's about the same time.
Thought we were running
Taylor's
them
absolutely
out of
running it.
town.
Oh, you
We
guys
have
just
to.
out of the town?
We have to get down the cliff.
Fair enough.
Just saw there's 3 drakes and a little tiny lizard flying on a giant goose.
We are a sight to see.
Yes, you are.
We do have to head towards the town just to get on the road out, I guess, yeah.
Did anyone else see the giant omelet for a second?
No.
I was mid-dragging when Shay transitioned the map, so I just saw a fucking my Drake 3 times bigger than the town just on the map.
All right, so as you guys start heading right, or so you're riding down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you guys take the path down through the sort of backwoods area, and you basically encounter the road that is outside of the town. You don't actually, there's no direct road into town from the cliffs. But as you hit the road, you actually see like an adventuring party coming back, and they have like what looks to be a Goliath-sized fellow. You're not sure if it is a Goliath, carrying a pack that has several what looks to be hydra tails sticking out of it and dragging on the ground. They all look a little fucking fucked up.
I look at them and I go, oh, come on. There's not... Did you clear up the whole hive?
Most of it.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Hey, Wilk.
that notice has been up for like a month. You realize it's there's almost nothing left. I don't know if you want to wipe them out completely. By all means.
We could rob these guys.
No, you fucking...
No,
No.
we couldn't.
Ah, fine.
New to the
Where
area, are
did
they
we
a
go
native
after we
species or
robbed them?
invasive?
Native.
There's no
We've been
point.
dealing with them for generations. It's kind of our. We kind of like leave the babies, they grow up, and then they start breeding in like about 10 to 15 years, and then we have to go on a mass hunt again. It's sort of like tradition.
No point in wiping them out then.
It's probably for the best not to. It's actually really good for reagents for the Mages Guild.
I imagine so. I mean, my Primalist friend who was dying to get something out of it.
I mean, we left the bodies there if you want to get shit out of it.
Maybe we'll get lucky and find a stray one out in the wilds that's not part of the main nest you came from. Look into the others. I think that's a bust.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you could always just go hunting in the woods nearby. We have plenty of like tanners and leather workers that would pay for many of the things out in the world, in the wilds. It's not a bust. This place is rather teeming for being an isolated sort of like Arctic area.
Do you guys know of any creatures around here that can heal themselves or others?
The guy blinks at you. Can't say I know of any. I don't know though.
Ah, alright.
Well, look into the others as they're walking off.
Well, we can still just go hunting around.
Well, I was hoping to progress us from the notice board, but... I mean, was there anything else that looked interesting, Aahana? You've been looking lately.
You know, it only looked like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, there wasn't a lot when I looked at it. It was pretty empty except for like minor stuff like lost cats and whatnot.
We could look again, take a look at the Slayer contracts. I still technically have an enchanted medallion.
We'd also look around to see if we can find any evidence of the problem.
We'll take a look at the Adventurers Guild. If nothing takes any interest outside of it, then as we head into town, we can go do a general hunt.
Hey, I have a question for you, Wilk, about that medallion. Well, no, wait, you can't attune it anymore, so it doesn't matter.
No, I can't. It's just
Darn.
base enchanted from the spirits.
You guys would be in the North Road, outside of the gates, which is actually under the cliff. So I apologize, but you'd be underneath the cliff side there.
So like over here where I'm at, or
Yeah.
okay.
So
Over here.
basically, there's a tunnel that like leads through the edge of the cliffs over
Oh,
here, and you
there.
guys are kind of out there. My bad.
Oh god.
I forgot. My bad. I forgot we're already on this map. I don't. I'm so tired, man. I'm out of it.
Aahana just, my god, it's beautiful! A giant me!
Sorry, what was I saying before we transitioned? Oh, the Slayer thing. That's right after that. Yeah, we can take right in, take a quick look, and go from there.
I still would like to, like, go around and look in the woods to see if the woods are also as underpopulated as the town is.
Not a bad idea.
Are we following the road?
Yeah, I am.
That's
Oh,
fine.
okay. I thought that was a wall from back here.
As you guys are heading in, it's an oddly muddy day today, which is weird considering the temperature hasn't risen at all. The drakes are sludging through what appears to be some pretty thick and wet mud, as if it had rained sometime
And
last
poo.
night, which you don't remember that it did, but like, your mind sort of brushes it aside as you guys trudge along.
At least Iris is happy. Swampier then. She likes swamplands more.
This
I
is
don't know if
just
freezing cold mud counts as
I'm gonna
swamp.
follow the highway south. Keep going all the way down.
Goose is just slightly chuckling as we fly above the trees and houses.
How busy does the harbor look on the way by?
I mean, you see plenty of people. Like I said, there are plenty of people in like on the roads and going between buildings and shit. There's just not as many as you'd expect for a town this size.
What about like boat activity?
You see a ship coming in right now. I need you to make an animal handling. Let's see who's in the rear. Aahana. Struggling to keep up a little bit. Not any of your own doing. You're just sort of lagging behind a little bit, and your drake sort of rears back. Sorry, salamander. Sort of rears back a little bit as they sort of like something. You're not sure what the fuck's going on. I need you to make me an acrobatics check.
Oof.
Skidding in the mud, she rears back and you lose your grip and also your balance as you go flipping over tail over head and land on the ground behind her. You smack your head real good and your ears start ringing. And as they start ringing, and as you're like laying on your back, your head throbbing right above your ear, you smell an overwhelming stench of blood. And as you blink, looking around the mud, it's not mud, it's blood. But as the ringing in your ears fades and the panic in your heart starts to grow, it's not blood, it's mud. You're covered in mud. Everyone
As soon
else
as he
in
heard
front
her
of you,
fall, he's just gonna start laughing.
as everyone is like ahead, you start noticing that you're kind of losing one behind you. Do you all stop?
Yeah.
Especially
Oh,
upon
yeah.
hearing
Yeah.
Aelin laughing.
Aelin's laughing, so I'm assuming something unfortunate happened to somebody, so I'm gonna turn around. You okay, Aahana?
Is the salamander still
You-
spazzing?
Does she
No,
look...
it's sitting there waiting, like kind of like sniffing her, like, "Are you good? I'm sorry."
I've got a
Johnny's already
question.
on top of her.
I've got a question for you, Aahana. Do you look like, oh, it's just mud, or are you like, the fuck?
I'm going to ask Shay.
Yeah.
Is this something I've forgotten that it looked like blood for a minute, or do I remember?
I mean, you kind of remember, but it's fading quickly, and you're not sure why you're staring down in horror at your hands. Something feels wrong, and you're not sure what it is, and that feeling stays. You no longer remember there's blood.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure
Yeah.
before I did any roleplay. She looks horrified, and then she's slowly growing confused as she's just looking. She's flipping her hands back and forth, looking at them and whatnot.
The wet mud clinging to her fucking hands.
Do I see blood coming out of her ear from her hitting her head?
She's got like a sort of like her ears red, and there might be a slight trickle.
Oh, did you hit your head?
Huh?
He sounds like he's at the end of a tunnel, but as he starts talking
Did
louder,
you hit your head?
He's becoming clearer and clearer.
Did you hit your head?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna do a medicine check on her. Yeah, medicine check. Let me get to medicine. Here's medicine. 18.
I mean, oh, Sahira, sorry.
Slight concussion, probably like ruptured her eardrum, but
Ooh.
it'll heal.
I think you got a slight rupture in your eardrum and mild concussion. You okay? You look pale. Your heart rate's really high up.
It was. She's looking at her hand. She's like, it was. There was something wrong. She's talking very loudly.
You're actually feeling revolted at the sight of all this mud. Like if your body's rejecting it, you don't like it. You don't want this mud. This mud is bad.
I should say, Wilk got down. He's kind of like cleaning her off with some prestidigitating.
Her pupils are dilated as fuck, right? Like she's in panic mode.
Yeah, but she doesn't know why.
There was something wrong. There's something wrong. I can't. There was something wrong.
See a face?
No, I don't think so. Can't.
Huh.
Oh my god. She's gonna. Like, I can't deal with this in my head, and she's gonna lesser restoration herself to try and stop the ringing in her ears.
It fixes that part up.
I thought you had better balance than that on account of not having legs.
I'm gonna go.
Got the
Like,
ringing to stop. There's still an irritating noise droning into my ears.
Staring
just
directly
rude.
at Aelin.
huh.
I need. She's getting up. Is there a spot that isn't muddy? Like even if it's like on top of like a cart or something at this point.
Your Drake's like her whole lower half is covered in mud, and like the roads themselves are super muddy, but like the areas next to some of the buildings are very muddy, and then there's some clean ones on the side of the road. It's just you got to pick a spot, kind of thing.
You guys just see her just go over to where it's not muddy, and she's just trying to wipe off whatever's left on her. Like I need it off of me. I need to get it off.
Huh.
A little bit more prestidigitating here and
He's
there.
helping you out.
You got a really long tail.
I'm gonna step aside. Oswald is a good battlefield medic, but he don't know much about brain science. Oswald's gonna call his mom.
All right.
So if anyone else wants to say anything before I start the scene, you can.
No, Aelin will
Okay.
just shout hey to your mom when you call.
Hey, Mom?
Hi, sweetie. It's been a while. What's going on?
So, Aahana just took a blow to the head and now seems, like, revolted by the mud around us and, like, almost like you know, like, when people get rabies, they're averse to the water? She's like, is that a thing? Head trauma-induced phobia of mud?
I mean, if it's a really bad trauma, how bad is it? Like, does she remember who she is?
She remembers who she is. She fell down. She partially ruptured her right ear, hitting her head on the ground, and then she started panicking. Now
Like,
she just hates the
some
mud.
mild confusion and you know, issues from the adrenaline can be a problem. If it doesn't fade, I would say that no, it's not it shouldn't be a problem.
But like
short term, fine, yeah, sure, it could happen.
It's just weird because she fell off her mountain, hit her head, but she had like battlefield level panic.
Like I said, adrenaline's just fucking hell of a drug.
All right. Thanks.
However, if this lasts, I would say it's definitely not from the head thing.
Okay. Well,
Is there
thanks,
anything else?
Sunla. No, as soon as we're done here, I think I'm gonna try and stop back home.
Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Aelin.
Hey!
He's getting worse. Puts away phone. Puts away rock. Don't look at me like that. You are getting worse.
Aelin, you're
In some ways.
sorry. Aahana, you're basically clean now, but everyone else around you is like legs and like boots covered in mud. All of the Drake's lower halves are covered.
Well, since you're the closest right now to her, and also you have really good hearing from, you know, what you are.
Still,
She's staring at you with disgust, and she just kind of like mutters underneath her breath like it wasn't mud. What was it?
Like looking at her, looking down at everything. Guess we can test it. And he'll go down and collect a vial of just the regular mud
Alright,
and hang on to it for now.
sounds good to me.
What were we even doing in the town? I was too busy thinking about the, like, what would be in the woods. What did you say we're doing, Wilk?
Well, we're going to the Adventurers Guild to take a look, and, didn't I place a vial out here?
Yeah.
I guess it's been a little over an hour now. I can go check it. I was hoping to let it sit overnight, but we can also check it on the way back or something.
All right. Well, you go ahead. I think, honestly, with the mud,
Okay, I can get back up on Safi.
yours is fine, but mine prefers sand. And looks over at Amit, who's fucking miserable.
Amit is his head is low. He's breathing heavy. You can see like the little trembles in his legs from like the exertion.
Well, we are going at a brisk pace for the town, like what, 5 miles an hour on them?
No,
It's still thick.
he's stuck in the mud. He's not used to this.
Yeah, it's working him out real good, and the food isn't helping.
It's overworking him at this point.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ride him back onto solid land. So, I guess just keep in touch on the stones. I don't want to
Alright.
overwork him too much.
We'll wait for you over by the square then, okay?
Aahana, do you want to get out of the town to clear your head, or?
You watch Aahana, she like calls Safi over to her, and Safi comes, and you watch her crawl up onto Safi, trying everything she can to avoid the mud, and she just coils herself up until she's as small as possible, and she's just like lightly holding the reins of Safi's saddle.
Okay. As the guild physician, come with me. I think we need to get you out of the town.
Sure.
Looks like he was about to call Jani over, or he knows Johnny's probably taking off after them. I guess just you and me, Aelin.
Who are you following, Johnny?
Safi is going very slow because Aahana doesn't want her to go fast and kick up mud on her.
Let's go cause some trouble.
When
Yeah.
when Aahana fell, I said he was the first one there, but
Oh, I didn't hear you. You really need to speak up and over people. I promise you. No one's gonna get mad about
it's
it.
trying to barrel through the conversation.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
I apologize wholeheartedly. You need to keep me hold us accountable for that, okay?
I guess he's still flying.
You're gonna watch over your new friends, hopefully.
Uh,
Aelin
Fox.
keeps looking up at that fucking goose.
the goose
want
is
her
right
to take a
above you.
shit? Yeah.
Goose laughs.
I'm
Goose belly flops into fountain.
Oh god. I'm gonna check the vial. Is it filled up with dialogue? 60 seconds. Like it starts off with like only being full of like a minute's worth of talking once the talking starts, and it's visible in the fucking vial. I just gotta like uncork it to listen.
You don't see any talking.
So it's not filled with any form of gas or noise or anything.
Oh, it's filled with gas, but it's bright red.
I'm going to take it and just look at it like, things are weird in this town, Aelin. If we're gonna listen to this, maybe we should listen to it out of the town, I'm thinking.
I'm going to put 2 gold on that being full of screams.
Now, how about you open it? Because, yeah, you should open it. Totally open it.
Susie, the last thing I need is for something fucky to happen, for me to shit myself, and then come out of the glaze not knowing why there's shit in my pants, okay?
I mean, but if it's, come on, just open it. You can open it more than once. You can listen to it multiple times.
You want a
I'm super
diaper?
curious.
I can make you a diaper.
I'm just
See,
gonna like...
Johnny can help.
I've done a lot of weird drugs. I know how to make diapers.
You're a druid, I expect you've made moonshine out of mushrooms. I'm gonna
That
like...
doesn't do shit. It's the cow poop that really gets you.
Ugh.
Remind me never to take a drink off that man.
What are you talking
What
about?
about
He's
a drug
druid,
off
that's
of
probably
him?
the best.
I don't
You
want to drink
never-
poop.
You've never had moonshine until you've had it's that what was I gonna say? Not like something that involves Smurfs or something.
I'm gonna pop the cork briefly. Gotta close the cork. Gonna open it again.
Drink it, you pussy.
Close it again. That,
Grabs it, shoves it into your mouth.
what the fuck
You
was
get
that?
weird white noise from it.
What's that? It's not full of liquid. It's full of gas.
Starts
Yeah.
default dancing.
No, you don't drink it. What
Breaks
the
Wilk's
fuck?
tooth. Starts default dancing.
Was that like the humming from the dreams, or was that
No,
just its own
not
thing?
it's just white noise. Like you've never seen a TV before, and you've never heard a radio go static. But that's the closest you can like. It's what it is above game, but your character's never heard of that shit before.
Have you ever just been in nature in a quiet area, kind of like the frozen mountains? And this is a frozen area, but this is the middle of a town. And all you hear is the silence. Like, it's silent, but you hear it.
Yes.
It's quiet enough that you can hear the blood in your ears. Hey.
Not even just
Yeah.
the blood in the ears, kind of like a whisper on the wind, but there's not a breeze.
See, you just ignore Mother Wind and, you know,
I'm
So
gonna have to
now-
have the others take a listen to this. What the fuck?
I'll take a listen.
You just heard it.
Let me hear it again.
And
Let's
corks
fuck
it
with God.
briefly.
Sniffs really deep.
Let me snort the trauma. Let me snort the trauma.
I want
Corpse.
to do high.
Are you opening it again?
I opened it briefly for Johnny, then I recorked it.
Because he's trying to sniff it.
It smells like horror.
It doesn't smell like anything. It's just magical mist.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have a taste or a feeling. It's not real. It's
Weird.
just it's an
This-
illusion.
This tastes imaginary.
Yes.
Reminds me of the time I stepped on a Smurf.
Alright,
What's
Yeah.
a Smurf?
One day I'll show you.
we'll wait for the others to get back. And I'll like relay this over the sending stone. Yeah, that bottle has some weird white noise in it.
Aahana and Oswald, as you get up there, what are you going to be doing?
He's gonna be checking her again, like seeing if there's still any bleeding in her ears.
No, she healed that part. She's fine there. You're not sure why she's acting this way.
She's gonna do like the thing where he asks her to follow his finger to make sure she's not like having any neural problems.
Is
Medicine.
there any mud on your finger?
No, I make sure before doing any sort of medicine to be
Okay.
sterile. Medicine. Where the fuck is medicine? There it is. Natural 20.
Yeah, she seems fine. There's like a little like lump on the side of her head, but like it didn't crack the skull. She's following everything just fine. She just
Huh.
seems jumpy, jittery, and pale, like she's just been through a traumatic event.
Oswald will just like scoop up some snow from the side of the road, pack it into a bundle, and have her hold it to her head for an ice pack.
It'd be the snow outside the house, yeah, where it's
Yeah.
no
Oh,
mud.
we
it's
just-
okay.
Yeah, we just stopped like as far outside the town, like as far as it took for there to not be the mud.
Oh, I thought you were going back to the house.
Would you do? I guess we could, yeah.
What are you guys going to be doing out there?
I just wanted to get her away from the town. I wanted to get Amit out of the mud, and I wanted to check on her to make sure she didn't have any, like, brain problems.
All right. Well, what about after that?
Should we go back to the house? I'm pretty sure you and Amit don't want to go back in there.
We should at least take Amit back. He doesn't look like he's doing that good.
He's currently burying himself in a snowbank, and you can watch as the snow slowly melts around him because he's just overheated, just from overworking.
Amit, we're gonna
Feels
take 5.
good on him.
We're just gonna let
His
Amit.
sore muscles are just like ah.
We're gonna let Amit have a snow sauna for a bit, and then we're gonna go back to the house.
All right. Are you guys down there doing anything while you're waiting on them, or no?
I'm going to just be like analyzing the mud a little bit, but he doesn't really
How?
see anything special. But he doesn't have like a bunch of equipment or anything on him.
So what are you doing to the mud?
Just like lifting it up, looking through it, like gives it a sniff, looks at it. Just
It's
usual
fucking
general
mud.
shit. Yeah, it's like.
It
It smells like wet dirt.
Oh, I guess he could. He'll slip a gauntlet off since they're gonna be waiting for a bit and slide on one of his gloves out of identify and just start like holding onto it. He could identify it.
All right, you identify the vial. It is a vial. It is made of glass. It's crafted by what appears to be a dude
You
with
are
an
a dick.
who's a renowned glassmith. You actually have a really nice set of vials, man. Like these things are peak performance. It would actually take a lot more than you think to shatter this thing. Actually, fucking great shit, dude. You good money. Good money.
It's like one of those Conan Exile things where you like chug. You go through all that fucking effort in that game to craft glass just to make glass vials to fill with the whole hullabaloo, and then your character drinks it and just shatters it on the ground. And you're like, why didn't you save it, you fucking? After
Fucking
that
points
whole
at
little
ground.
bit, he's going to like unplug it and like stick a finger in and start doing it again. Oh, Johnny's
Stop sticking your
magic.
finger at it. Points at ground.
Is there detecting magic on it, Johnny?
Yeah, on the
Not
mud.
magical.
It's mud.
It mud.
It,
Mud.
It's mud.
it's mud.
You
I
stick
taste-
your finger.
I
you stick your-
taste.
Go
I
ahead.
taste topsoil. I taste clay. I taste horse shit.
Just imagine you stick your finger in and identify, and you just hear echoing through your head.
Fertilizer.
mud.
It's mud. This is very
Identifying
fertile
the mud.
dirt.
Is mud. In fact, the soil here is very rich. You would think that if it was a slightly more temperate zone, this would be like a peak fertile valley. However, because of how cold it is, it's sort of preserved how like fertile this land is. Also, the bison that came through here that shed on that spot specifically was pregnant with twins.
And a whole lot of ammonia from the piss.
I
Prestidigitate's glove clean, switches gauntlet back on.
I suspect that about 1,000,000 years ago, this was a jungle.
Looks at everybody here in the below group, looks to Molly. It's mud.
A goose and goose noise. It mud.
All right, you guys finally go back to this. I'm guessing the house upstairs after like giving Amit a moment. He's very much slower during this, but he does get up there finally, and then sort of collapses in his room. All he wants is water, which is brought to him by Lufa.
I look to the others as. By the way, I had one little thing. She fell off her mount, right? Like you saw that, Aelin?
Aelin looks up, like, mid-wrestling with fucking Amat.
Ah,
I didn't see nothing, I just saw her on the floor.
I look over and I place my hand on the saddle on Iris. These saddles are magical. You can't traditionally get dismounted. Not against your will. That's it for me.
Okay. You happy with yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys heading back into town from the house now?
This is why she did the. It's a vial. It's glass to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to drop Ahmed off. If you don't want to come back into town, you don't have to.
I will. I'm not gonna let you guys go out there on your own. I can
Just
just
appreciate it.
get over whatever this is. She's gonna leave
Nope.
Sapphire to just run around the outside of the house.
He is. She's currently like doing circles around the house and then like diving into like a snowbank sort of next to Newt, who's just sort of watching this all happen.
She's an older gal. She looks up at Newt. She's not scared of you. All right. I
I
guess.
imagine Newt just gives a nod of respect, like, yeah.
Pulls out sending stone. You guys are still waiting at the center of town, right?
Yeah, we're here. I identified the mud. It didn't say it was anything special. How'd you get this mounted?
I don't know. I just fell off.
There's just
Alright.
mud on my face.
laying down gargling mud.
Lands on bench.
For some reason, I want to call myself little and shove this mud into my mouth.
As you get back, Aelin is just head to toe caked in mud.
What?
He lost the
happened
wrestling
to
fight with his
him?
Drake.
Oh god.
Looks better.
She's having a fucking time. So is the Drake, though. She's also covered in mud.
The Drake is now
Yeah,
sitting
happy
on.
as well, pigs in mud.
The Drake is now sitting on Aelin's back. My turn.
Drowns.
Frother. Frother, look at them. I'm trying not to. They're covered in it, Frother. It's disgusting.
Lusan is trying his best not to, like, answer the siren call of rolling in the mud.
Good boy.
You see his claws extend and dig into the ground, like,
He's got the gloves
Hey,
of
Lusan,
fire
come
on,
wrestle.
just bapping into the ground.
That's all he needed. He's immediately wrestling.
Lusan, no!
He's covered in mud.
Frother, have
Victory!
those shrinkies, and then you can clean me. I'm not gonna keep doing that. But Frother, you're not coming to bed like that. Frother, I don't want to get into the water. You're a plant. I'm a fire plant cat, Frother. The water isn't nice anymore. Extra hot water. Reasonable.
Dunks his head in the dirt while he's speaking to fucking Wilk.
Why are you making noises? This is telepathy you're talking with.
Frother,
Never
it
turn
is
your
this
back
thing-
on the enemy.
It is this thing called roleplay.
You are all hearing this, by the way, because he's, like, unless he's being secretive, he likes to talk to you all at once. It's like you guys can hear him. He
Why is he calling you Frother?
Don't ask.
Because he is Frother.
Back in the dirt.
You can literally wrap around him and burn him.
It's like that dog that's digging the hole and it shoves its nose in the mud and like breathes in really deep.
I don't think you can suffocate, Lusan.
Aren't you weak to Earth?
No,
deep is this
it's
mud?
water.
True.
Wait, isn't mud usually half water? Why is he not
Yes.
taking tick damage from it?
Because he's drying it
It's
out.
also plant. So what do you guys want to do?
Let's keep going to the Adventurers Guild. Come on. Recalls Lusan.
Yeah, Oswald's
fuck
like
up on
kind
his
of
break.
just gingerly walking on the mud now. He doesn't know why, but now he's suspicious of the mud too. Like, what the fuck? Why is she so scared of it? There's no
So the
neurological
two of you
reason.
are riding at a walking pace, and the other two are walking with you.
Why?
Iris wants to walkies. I haven't let her
Aahana
out.
is forcing herself over this. It's not working, but she's trying to force herself through this aversion. So she's now crawling through the mud.
Aahana, you can fly.
I will get over this.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
A little
cool.
pat her on the shoulder with his fucking mud-caked hand. What you doing?
Walking through Tent Town as it's
She
still as
looks
crowded
so
as
upset.
always.
I walk over, push Aelin's face away from her, and then pull out some cloth and wipe the mud off you.
Thank you.
You're not helping, Aelin.
It's only a wee bit dirt.
Fly hovering somewhere above all of you is just the fucking flaming wings of Lusan dripping mud. His whole body's just a mud ball.
Trying to chase after Molly.
Oswald
Only-
just dives above Aahana every time the mud comes above her. Just like, no! My patient, no!
Roll a d20, Aelin.
Huh?
Roll a d20.
Avoid getting shit bombed.
It's
Lower
Tent
than-
Town still slammed
get-
with people.
You gotta roll higher than a 10.
Fuck.
Do
You
it.
can try to avoid the ship bomb by dexterity save.
Do
Or
it.
acrobatics.
Come on, deck save.
50.
You dodged it. Goose laughs.
So the
One
Adventurers
of these
Guild,
days I'm having duck stew.
this is still
Huh?
sort of the slightly more, like, bustling part of town. You can see that there's like a fucking wave of children like currently like entering this school.
This is it right here.
Upon seeing the bird try to shit on Aelin, Oswald just hands him a pack of alcohol wipes. Like, I normally wouldn't like care or help, but that's completely unsanitary and kind of
He
offensive to
missed.
me. I know,
Goose-
but he might end up not missing next time.
Goose lands hero pose.
It's really bad for your knees.
Doesn't have-
So you're entering the Adventurers Guild?
Yeah.
It's just as busy as it was before. Different girl behind the desk though.
Head up. This must be a popular guild. Usually there's just one day shift and one night shifter.
Dragging in mud.
She just looks at you confused.
Something I said.
No, how can I help you, sir?
Just kind of look at her. Nah, not even worth inciting though, because like everybody we've incited does nothing. Yeah. Just looking at the mission board.
Well, you don't need to come up here for that.
Well, did you have any? Well, look around. I didn't happen to see the Slayer mission board. Is it back here somewhere?
It's upstairs.
Oh, all right.
So it is in the same spot as the other places. Let me explain to you how the layout of the common hall with the mission board is. So there's the main floor, correct? And that's where like the chairs where people like meet up to do things. There's back wall is just filled with missions. But then there's this sort of secondary floor that's sort of like a scaffold, like it's like stairs up, and then there's like a banister and like a floor kind of out like a mall all the way around the thing, but around the room. But like the middle is open because there's a chandelier coming down and shit like that. And that also leads to like a back area where like there's the resting area that was in like the Dwarven Adventures Hall, like about that, things like that. But upstairs on the wall, this right above the other wall that has all of the missions is Slayer missions.
All right. I'll look
I hope
and
that explains it at all.
see how many of them there are.
There's like 4.
Anything of interest? Local.
What would be interesting?
Which one is the closest?
None of them.
Got it. Hint taken. Anything else?
No,
for
if you
the-
want to like know more, they're just like one's on for the continent north of here. One's gnomes asking for like some like
Gnomes.
slayers to do tests on, so that they can get some research done on like the whole mutagen and shit. So there's like you can literally just sign up to get your your hair taken, some blood drawn and shit over in Novus. And then there's of course there's a call to arms, just not for arms, but for just men and guards and people willing to like do some like hard labor that can help clear out some local issues and make this town safer in Frosty Nips. And then there's another thing back in Amoroth.
I don't like the Amoroth one, as always.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just apparently there's another problem in like one of the districts. Like there's people going missing, and they think it's a fucking it's either the courts or some monsters eating shit again.
But it's the gnomes.
Clearly, it must be by a sewer exhaust where they're just dumping whatever the fuck they're experimenting on in terms of mana batteries.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Gnomes.
I'll head down and alert to the others that there's nothing close by.
Are you looking on the board for anything else?
Well, I was wondering if they were doing anything down there while I went all the way upstairs to do that.
I mean, Aahana would have looked at the board.
I followed you. I just like dragged mud all the way up the stairs.
I go to the person like, I'm really sorry about him. Like, is there a mop so I can handle cleaning up after him? I just
Just shake
Can't
all the
stop
mud everywhere.
There's no people here that seem like they're working. Like the person you walked up to is like a venturer who's like currently moving towards it.
the date, like the person at the desk.
Oh, you guys aren't anywhere near her.
Oh, okay, then I'll just.
There's mud all over the place in here. It doesn't seem
Alright.
like it's anything new, dude.
There's
This
mud all
place
over
is
the
so
place, it's fine.
clean.
Are you looking for anything specific, Aahana, like type of quest, or what are you wanting?
I'm trying. She'd be looking for maybe any requests for like to investigate weird sightings or something like that. Like
Weird
I don't
sighting.
know. I don't know how to put it. I guess maybe kind of like the Whispering Beast, the Whispering Wastes Beast, where it's like, we don't know what it is. Someone go do something about it. If there's anything like that.
I mean, sort of. So, like, in the forest nearby, I mean, I don't know. I need to look at the map. There is one thing that's, like, to take a look at, but it's about a dragon that's moved in.
Mm.
And that's because humans are fucking weird and don't trust the dragons here, despite the fact that they're intelligent. But it looks like there's a what looks to be, they say it's large, but by the dimensions that they say, that's actually just an adolescent white dragon that's taken up like a spot nearby, probably trying to find its own territory, branching out from anything. But that's it, and it's just because humans don't know any better.
Well, there doesn't seem to be anything weird around here. On these,
Just
on
normal
this
local
board.
missions.
She's gonna look at Oswald and she's like, "Are there any kindred spirits around here? If you know."
I'm not really. I'm more of like an in tune with nature more than spirits of nature kind of guy. I'm not really
You would
sure.
know, all kindred would know that
Oh.
the spirits are not bound to a single location. They're
Yeah.
wherever they need to be.
The spirits
It's
aren't
much
really
like a
usually
deity, you can call on them.
bound to any one location. There's somebody like hanging around, like Fox, like staying near Fox's Heath, but he can be anywhere. There's not any that I know of off the top of my head that like hanging around here. Why? Did you want to try to invoke one?
Yeah, or at least, I mean, the closest we got to kindred. She like pauses. I guess tribe. I guess is the way to put it. Clan. I think you guys go by clan.
It varies from
Would be the
type to
snake
type.
kindred.
Yeah, I mean they're
But
really
they didn't.
widespread.
Kind of didn't do a
Do
good
I
impression.
do I remember it? Snake isn't one of the ones that's fallen silent, are they?
No.
No. Yeah,
Snake is one of the great five that have maintained their position.
Snake's one of the greater ones, and they're not one that's fallen silent. None of the great five have fallen silent.
We could ask
It's
the
only
courts.
smaller ones like Vulture, unfortunately. I can't remember. Was Vulture like a very much a small one, or was he like more mid tier in notoriety?
I don't know how to rank them, but I'm gonna guess mid. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably mid to small. I don't know. And it's not just that. It's what they chose to do. Like a lot of the spirits wanted to gain power, so they went for that.
Yeah.
Vulture wasn't one that needed or wanted to gain power, but he did want to at least have children.
There is hair.
I wouldn't really know how to go about really invoking, especially another kindred's spirit. So we could try to get the snakes to invoke Snake. I don't know.
Everyone looking at Wilk, who can just fucking talk to either fox or wolf whenever he wants.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I've thought about Fox being an option, but I'm trying to think of, well, Mouse is a secret keeper. We saw Mouse Kindred. Snake does have its own thing going on. They typically don't do a lot over here because, well, this is human territory. I can always ask either way. I mean, I doubt you're going to contact Vulture anytime soon. No offense, Oswald. It's going to be rough to get that. It's going to be a whole thing.
I mean, yeah, kind of, like, the closest you've come to offense to me, honestly, yeah, considering Vulture's been silent since I was born.
Looking between the others. The only other things I can think of would be any form of Saurid. in the
Sorry,
area.
just, yeah, we won't be able to talk to your guy because he's fucking dead. No offense.
And they silver dust their lands, so we can't even try and, I don't know, invoke the courts to see what's
Courts
going
wouldn't
on.
be here because of the silver, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hate
Yeah.
it.
Alright, who do you think? I think the only one that would be more adept at the trickery side of things would be Fox. But Fox is more than likely also to give me a less straightforward answer. And
Yeah, Fox probably give you a riddle.
I've already spoken with Scheherazade. And that just gave us mainly a time frame. And
I
Wolf,
guess.
maybe. Wolf might just point us in a direction, though it may not be the right direction, be the best direction that you could think of.
I feel like you contacting Fox and Wolf is probably the best course. Johnny, which spirit do you fall under again? Which spirit would he fall under, Shay?
He's Sard. Raptor.
Yeah, Raptor.
Has Raptor fallen silent?
No, he's very
Oh.
prolific.
He's loud.
Okay, so
He's constantly screaming in my ear about.
Like, he's not one of the top 5, but he is the loudest of the mediums.
He's like constantly screaming in my ear about offering something called fried chicken, and I don't know what that
so
is.
he's the Bakugo of the spirits. Got it.
Well, let's go somewhere
Johnny!
quiet to do this then.
Just all the time.
Johnny!
Let's get out of the human away from the human city before we invoke any spirits or anything like that.
How far out are you guys gonna go?
I want to go home, but
Oh, you guys gonna go home instead of hunting?
I was gonna say the gate's right there. We could just head
yeah,
out
the
for a
gate's
few.
right there. I guess we can go there.
So you guys are going south? How far
Yeah.
south?
Why?
You not coming through?
Oh, sorry. Maybe an hour out, just enough out of distance.
How much can you guys travel in an hour? Can you guys calculate that for me? Do you need the information for it?
Math?
I'm not on a mountain, neither is Oswald, so.
I could move 60 feet, but yeah, you're the main thing that would be slowing us down.
60 feet in the air.
That's in the air. You guys have to go at walking speed.
What's your
So at
movement
travel speed would be
30.
speed? No,
one edge of the
Aahana, what's your
hexagon,
movement
1
speed?
day on foot, 30 miles at base walking speed. So you guys can do 30 miles a day on base walking speed for traveling. And if you help with that, does that help at all?
So we're like 10 miles out, roughly,
Oh, okay.
give or take.
That'll make things fun.
10 miles in an hour?
I don't fucking know. I mean, we're kind of
Fucking
like
sprinting.
calling to get out.
Fucking sprinting for
Yeah,
our
like
lives.
again, we can't do mounted speed because Aahana.
I said base walking speed
I
Yeah,
know.
okay.
is 30 miles a base walking speed. In it's not. The 30 miles takes
30
you
miles a
about
day.
Yeah, a day, which would be 12 hours of just straight walking.
That's
Yeah, no,
1.25 miles an hour.
Thank you.
A mile and a quarter.
So you
Let's
guys got a
go.
mile and a quarter, all right. That's all I needed to know. You guys go to the edge of the map, but this is not far enough to do anything fun. Sorry. After a mile of walking, you guys sort of like sit around. What are you guys doing?
I'm eating a squirrel.
I'm sorry.
Where
I
did
mean-
you get that?
I'm eating a squirrel.
Where did you get
Are
that?
you eating it or meeting?
I'm eating it.
So currently Jani is chasing one of those red northern squirrels
Like,
through the snow.
I'm just gonna roll that.
That is not enough.
That
The
squirrel gets away.
outfoxes you.
I'll get you one day.
Do you want a squirrel?
No, he insulted me. He said my frills weren't big enough.
Well, he's right.
I don't know what a squirrel or elf would know about sword frills.
Oh, we'd be 2.5 miles out if we're doing 1 hour.
Still not enough.
Yeah.
No, we
Just
wouldn't.
saying.
We'd be one. If
30
we walk
divided by 12 is 2.5.
She
I did
said-
30 divided by 24 because it was
Oh,
a
okay.
day of travel.
Oh, yeah, but a day of travel is only 12 hours because you guys don't
Alright,
want to
yeah.
walk longer than 12
Ah,
hours.
gotcha.
I looked
You
Yeah,
at
we
guys still
can't
need to
walk
sleep
24
and
hours
eat.
straight.
Maybe we can go an extra hour if anybody thinks that this isn't far enough.
Nah, we should be far enough.
I sure
I
a
just didn't
voice
wanna be there
screaming in my
in the-
ear says otherwise.
I haven't said shit. What are you talking about?
I didn't want to be like in the middle of a bunch of humans.
Now we'll never leave because we don't want to meta. Sorry.
In the background, you guys see the walls of the tower of the like the city, the tower. It's just that like there's no trees down here. It is literally just sort of like frozen wasteland. As you guys go further south, it just gets colder and the wind brushes against you. I need to turn off the fucking medieval town shit.
I guess it would make sense if it was like a wasteland. That's usually how they do it around cities. Burn down all the trees.
Yeah. I just didn't want to be in the middle of there while we invoke it, and someone's like, "The third savages are invoking their fell gods!"
How heavy are you, Aahana?
I'm 2,100
Way too
pounds.
heavy for you.
It's way too heavy for the goose too.
Yes.
Goose ain't that strong. Just looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm almost stronger
Literally.
than the goose.
I'm waiting for the day Shay's like they try and kidnap all of you, and then like you guys watch as Aahana is just like slowly dragged. But
I'm smart. I know to bring a Goliath or troll to get you.
Just
Full
a
of
bunch of
bags.
humans like capture the Lamia.
That'd be
Someone
cool.
throws
Someone
bags
get a
over your
horse.
heads. No, just someone throws bags over our heads. You can't see anything. Your arms are tied. You all get pulled away. You hear in the distance the sound of.
Right.
Gary, fucking pull your weight. I'm pulling. No,
My
you're not.
back! My back!
Wilk
Oh
looks
god,
to
my
the others.
back!
So
You
what
didn't even
exactly
grab a
am I
rope.
invoking here? What am I asking? Just
I don't know.
you don't just talk to a god without
With the
a creator
dog.
or
I
demigod
wouldn't
as a
know.
creature.
Aahana kind of furrows her brow. I do it all the time.
No, I meant like without having a point to get across in this regard.
Ahana's still staring at you. I mean, I do it every day.
Well,
Sarah's
Aahana, you're the one who
seems
brought
to
it up.
enjoy me talking about my. I look. I talk to my god a lot, and I just talk to her. I don't.
guess
The point
just-
would be ask. I guess ask if whichever one you're contacting knows if there's anything weird about Port Glory. God damn it.
Oh, great spirit of wolf. Do you know anything fucky about Fort?
Why did he suddenly get so quiet?
Because I stepped like a centimeter away from a microphone,
You're
and
still
apparently,
too quiet. I can't hear you.
is this better?
Yes.
Alright. I'm going to contact Fox. I feel like they'd be one to help with weirdness like what's going through Aahana right now.
Okay.
Off the mud.
Yeah, we're kind of.
Oh, the mud long since dried up. You guys are fine.
We're miles away.
I can't hear you, Dan. I'm so sorry.
How? I haven't moved.
Yeah, you got really quiet.
You got stupid quiet.
How?
There's gotta be some
You're even quieter.
automatic auto gain on that thing.
There is not.
Now he's just leaving the room. You're doing this on purpose.
I'm not doing it on purpose or leaving the fucking room. I'm moving the goddamn microphone. Fucking do your goddamn voodoo bullshit while I fix this piece of shit mic.
Bullshit.
What did he say?
Voodoo bullshit.
You said, do your goddamn voodoo bullshit while I fix this fucking mic.
Alright. I guess I'm going to just do a little circle. In fact, I'm actually going to just kind of like do a little drawing in front of me that looks like what the rooms looked like in Fox's Heath. And place my palm
So
over
you're
it.
gonna draw a room that you remembered out in the snow. So you're gonna like flatten out the snow and then draw the dimensions, and then like the pool of water in the middle, and the fucking bush of berries.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Of course you are.
He pulls out
And then what do you do?
a right angle ruler to make sure everything is like squared.
I'm going to get on my knees in the middle and lower my head and call out to Fox.
I was gonna give you advantage because you did the first part pretty good. That he'd enjoy that, but this whole irreverent thing isn't working for him. So just religion at normal.
I'm still gonna do advantage with my fucking inspiration that I've been saving. Dual nat ones, let's go! Oh, nice.
I take away your
I did.
inspiration. with a 22, you call upon Fox. He's aware of you now. You can sense him paying attention somewhat. He seems distracted, but I mean, you've only sort of caught his attention.
The not a wolf fox kindred asks for your attention, O great spirit.
The self-satire helps a little. His attention's slightly stronger, but now he's getting bored because you're not telling him what the fuck you're wanting.
A friend of mine in the town fell and believes that they were surrounded by something that wasn't mud. The whole town seems weird, even whenever speaking of other people, such as the guild mistress, they seem weird. Something is going on here, and we cannot put our fingers on it. I beseech thee, one who is a masterful of tricks, how do we beat it? How do we beat this trick? What are we missing?
Sometimes, a change of scenery, a clear mind, some new music is all that's required. And then his box is gone.
How rude.
He nods once, stands. Aahana, can you tell me in great detail what happened when you were dismounted? Your mount panic? Did something feel weird? When you hurt
Aahana,
your head?
all you know is that your mount reared up and you fell off.
Safi reared up for some reason. I don't know why. The reins just slipped out of my hand, and suddenly I was on the ground. And
Yes,
now
well,
I don't like mud.
Oswald was examining your head, and it sounds like it was almost like PTSD, but...
Yeah, she doesn't have any lasting neurological issues or anything. Is it louder or quieter?
Yeah,
What is
it's
it?
loud!
Oh my!
All I did was unplug it and plug it back in. I don't know what the fuck
You
happened.
can move back from it slightly.
I'm 2 feet away from it now.
It's not like you're talking directly into
You do, I can almost hear the breath of your voice.
Okay,
That's
hold
better.
on. How about now?
It's
Oh,
better, but now you're almost too far.
Now?
Perfect.
Perfect,
Oh,
perfect.
Okay, if you fucking change yourself in any way, I will exercise you and then hit you with a
Can
sledgehammer.
we just, like,
Fucking stop.
for 1 hour, stream him trying to mod Minecraft?
No.
pining away.
Alright, looking between the two. Neurological. You hit your head. Was there anything going on when you hit your head? Like, what kind of pain?
I mean, my head hurt.
She
Oswald
ruptured
There
her
you go.
eardrum.
Her
It was
eardrum.
ringing.
Fox mentioned a different type of song, or a different perspective all around. A different type of scenery. If anything's gonna tell us to get further away from this town, that's going to be the tell. Even for a little bit. Let's head out a little bit further, maybe just a day's worth at most. Let's try to clear our heads just a bit.
Did you all bring food?
Well, yeah, we have Deerg.
Did
Oh,
we
you
bring
brought
deer?
him with?
Deerg's always with us.
Who the
But
fuck
No, you have-
carries him? Are you guys gonna
you
get
have
like a
not
little
mentioned
fucking
that.
backpack and like just strap him to your front or something?
Don't fucking
He
tempt
can't
me.
keep up with you, you know this, right?
he's short legs,
Sorry,
man.
she can't keep up with you.
I got short legs.
So is one of you just carrying her, I'm guessing, for now?
I guess I can.
Oh, okay. Fucking. You need to tell me these things in the future.
You think I don't have Deerg, like, a saddlebag next on
You need
Iris's
to
side?
say
You
it.
need to make that shit first. You can't just say you have that shit suddenly.
That's
I'm
why
just
I asked,
assuming
like,
we've
do
always
I
had
take
deer.
any of the Eldrunga or Lufa or Leafy?
Fucking Christ, anyway. So you guys are gonna move out again?
Yeah.
So it only takes an hour until the point where you guys hit the 5-mile mark. And I know only one of you is really paying attention to that, and that would be Wilk. Because I know him. That's just how his brain works. And at that point, a overwhelming stench of decay and copper assaults all of your senses. And as you look down, Just like, where's the smell coming from? Because it's coming from below you. All of you are caked in dried and frozen blood.
What
The feet of your mounts are caked in the remnants of this sort of like coagulated mass of frozen blood where the mud had once been.
Do I remember what happened now after I fell?
You do now remember that, and I'm sorry, but Jani,
Yeah.
you lost like 7 friends.
He just falls to his knees and starts bawling.
Am I covered head to toe in coagulated frozen blood?
Yes, and Jani, you now remember waking up in the middle of the night and seeing one of your friends being dragged through the window in the inn. This white face that you've seen in your dreams. You all remember your dreams too. The screams will haunt you forever.
He just pukes.
We need to go get. I need to go get Newt and everyone else out of there.
Lift my
I'm
hand.
barely holding it together. Just
Oswald looks like
wiping
he's.
my body.
Oswald looks like he's about to fly back.
Stop. Lifting my hand up. Taking in a deep breath the best I can without vomiting from the overpowering stench. We need to think about what causes it. A song. Ruptured eardrums. We might have to shove some stuff in our ears, which means we can't communicate. I did not
I use
prepare a
Dispel
silence
Magic?
spell.
If I meditate for an hour, I can get telepathy.
Brother! Brother, why? Prestidigitate stone. We'd have to
Can
stay
Johnny
here
see?
a whole day to do that. We have to figure out a way to make sure that we can know what we're doing. Sorry, Johnny, I didn't mean to stalk over you.
Can Johnny see if? I guess he could sense anything, like some entity.
Nope.
Nope.
You guys are 5 miles out from town. You can't even see the town anymore.
We were charmed, or something.
It can't have been
Wait.
a charm. I had charm immunity equipped when we
And
first went in
I
the
didn't-
town.
And I didn't detect any magic in town.
Nobody even detected anything with our divine senses. I have one other thing that I can do real quick. Not even gonna check the vial of mud. I'm gonna pull out the whisper vial.
Okay.
I'm not gonna uncork it. I'm going to like shove some shit in my ears. And then I'm gonna look to the others, and I'm going to uncork it.
To the rest of you, all you're hearing is just white noise. And then as you're hearing the white noise, you guys completely forget about everything you guys were just talking about. The panic is still there. You can feel the burn, like your chest, your heart's beating, racing. The adrenaline. But you immediately forget everything that you had just been afraid of. There's just mud. What are you talking about? It's just mud. You don't know why you're scared of the mud, but it's just mud.
Then I'm going to cork it, looking at their confusion.
And as you cork it, everyone, you remember everything once again.
It's like hearing it erases
sorry.
all knowledge of it.
Johnny's just reliving all the people he's lost.
Again, yes. Johnny, you're not okay. I'm so sorry.
Proceeds to puke again.
There's
Cover
nothing
Johnny's
left
ears.
in there.
Cover Johnny's ears. Hold on. Let me see if this. He's gonna like. Okay, well, we need to like get over here so we don't like re-traumatize Johnny.
Yeah.
Cover his ears. I'm gonna write down in my book like the mud is blood, sound causes it, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Like writing down everything we know. All right. I need you to uncork that and then ask me what I just wrote.
Readjusting things in ears. Uncorks. Looks to Oswald. Oswald, I need you to tell me what you just wrote.
Oswald, it's still there, but you're confused as to why the fuck it's there. Like, what the fuck does this mean? What does this mean?
Yeah, I don't know why I wrote this. I wrote something about mud being blood, and you're just going.
Does he look like his usual Oswald confused self?
Yeah, he's Oswald confused, but they're still like his eyes are still pinpricks. He's still like the adrenaline is still there. It just hasn't worn off yet.
He looks like he's about to like
Recorking.
strike out what he wrote, and he gets over like one word when you
Like you're
Corky's
getting overly agitated too, because like you're already adrenaline rush, and like you're like, what the fuck is this? Why did I write this? Fucking stupid.
So it doesn't erase information; it just makes you not think of it.
It pretends that the information isn't there, almost like an illusion but different.
It's not that it pretends it's not there. I can still see it. I just couldn't remember writing it and remember any of the context behind it.
Or bodies we may be trudging through.
Well, we either need to stuff cotton in our ears, or he just mimes jabbing his talons into his ear holes.
Deafening ourselves would make it very difficult to do much of anything, but more importantly, we've got...
Cotton won't be enough. You guys know this.
I already used earmuffs before, and that didn't change
But yours was
anything.
wax.
Yeah, it didn't... Exactly, it was fire silk shit. Didn't do enough. We need to either fully deafen ourselves or prepare a silence spell.
I don't have a silence spell, and even if we do prepare that, let's just say that there is a creature in there. If it knocks us out of the range of the silence spell, we'll just forget everything.
We can cast silence on ourselves at the point, but more importantly, it would limit our... Like, we are closer to y'all now again, by the way, but it would limit our spell casting capabilities, and worst off, we gotta be able to withstand what we're walking into.
I'm gonna cut away from you two for a moment. What are you guys doing over there? Aahana, are you consoling Jani? Jani, what are you doing? And Aelin, what's up?
Aelin and Amar just have 1,000-yard stare. They're both just... They're red.
Yeah,
Like, there is chunks of people on them.
yeah.
Hana's attempting to console Johnny.
I was just like trying to puke again, but there's like nothing coming out. The goose is just on her back. Just twitching.
Do Wilk and Oswald come back over?
Yeah, they're coming back over talking strategy.
Hey,
I knew there was more people. I knew there was more.
I need a bath.
Oh God, the people that got on the boat, they must have had a breakdown like this as soon as they got out of the harbor.
at least they're hopefully safe now. Jani will
I
make
hope-
sure everything gets avenged.
I hope they didn't try to come back to warn Jani and then forget.
We need to go to the...
I don't know if it could work that way, or else anyone who left this place would be spreading the news about it. We're specifically trying to figure out what's going on. They got on the boat, maybe took a bath before they left. They have no reason to... They have nothing to trigger what they've gone through. We're sitting in a pile of blood. Of course we're going to remember.
The police. The guards. If we can get them to know what the hell's going on, we'll have help.
But how do we convince them to follow a group of criminals, as far as they're concerned, gestures at Aelin, 5 miles outside city limits? And then, if we do, let's say we can convince like 5 guards to come out. They'll send like that many. We have those 5 guards. They're not going to send anyone important because they need to be in the town. Now we have those 5 guards who can't get back into the city without being deafened because they'll forget immediately what they found out.
The Adventurers Guild, then. More importantly, the guards are strong enough to take Lila and Aelin here out like nothing, but there were some advanced adventurers in the area. If we can find one of them as a mage, somebody with the spell prepared, we can get rid of this done. We can take care of this early, before we have to wait
How
another
far
day.
away was the Hydra nest?
3 days away.
You'd think that they would...
Yeah, they were already back in the radius.
They probably came to town ready to save it, didn't know the trigger.
We'd have to do all this while
That, or it
deafened.
could even be a thing of the longer you stay here, the more it sets its claws into you.
telepathy
longer it
through
takes to come out of it.
Problem is, I look down to Luson. We can't really fill your ears up, can we, bud? Rather, I don't want to go back in there.
What kind of siren or whatever's doing this bullshit?
That thing with the flat face, the long, giant creature.
I didn't
kill
see
it.
anything about it in my book. Maybe I should try again now that I'm outside the influence? Maybe I just overlooked it?
Look through something with memory altercations.
There's not really a section for that.
Nah.
He's gonna make a investigation, you said, to look through the book?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast
Gonna
guidance
investigate.
on him.
Wow.
Rolling a d4. That's a 15.
With a 15, you're still not seeing anything about this. So it's going to take you hours for real research, and you guys are kind of just sitting there all cold and semi-traumatized.
Aelin, get together. Come on. Clapping in front of him.
Blank stare.
How
And this is
many
where-
people do you think I'm on?
That are on me.
Too many.
We're not gonna think about that right now.
That's
We're
all
gonna-
I'm thinking about.
We're going to pause here because we need to take a break.
Bottle break time.
And to think Aelin won't get to see the climax.
I'm just
I mean,
glad that now I don't have to pretend like I didn't know this part.
Well, now you're just giving it away. Stop that.
I'm not saying anything else.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Also, how did you get quiet again, motherfucker?
Because I was turned away from my mic when I said that.
Ah,
I was talking under my breath, but apparently loud enough that you could hear.
yes.
I was relying on the fact that if I move 2 atoms, I apparently become unhearable, but I guess it changed.
Rise of Red. Jani uses summon avatar of small. Little is summoned. Get it,
Uh-huh.
little.
Little is summoned goes, I wonder what other kobold tastes like.
I thought he was from my world, but
I'm not a kobold though.
no, little.
Oh. I wonder what little would taste like dirt.
I believe he was too. He breathes the fire thing, unless he was just using it as a homebrewed variant.
Oh no, by now he would taste like dirt. He's lived in the elemental plane of Earth for most of his life.
He breathes lightning. That'd be so funny. Who's your avatar? Little. Who's little? Ground starts shaking.
Who is your avatar? Me, motherfucker. What?
Ugh. Splinter Bane? Tall Bane. I fuck giant trees.
You mean you fucked them up, right? You mean you fucked them up, right?
Pulls out KY jelly. Smiles. Turns Lestrade into wood. Little's eyes glow.
I just hope I can figure out some game to run where I don't immediately get ahead of myself and burn myself out before anything happens.
Or I figure out how to end the entire story, like the space adventure we had. Oh, you basically ended the story. Goodbye, everybody.
Well, I didn't run that one.
Congratulations.
You did it.
See, that was
Wait.
because we gave you permission to gremlin.
That was funny.
Figures out how to or fix the issue we had in one session.
It wasn't fixed an issue. You just guys had to just get the information you needed, and then you could leave. And that was
Oh.
winning the game.
And also releasing Big Boy.
Did you release him? I don't
Yeah,
think
he
I
did.
Oh,
I
you
did.
killed everyone.
I released the seal on like the arm and like
Trask.
yeah,
No,
the
I
turret.
released it. You got me the word.
Yeah, and it was basically in for all of them at that point. We were just like flying away and watching the fireworks.
With all our fucking refugees piled into a room watching Star Wars.
Now I'm more scared of how many more of us there are out there.
Meanwhile, my game.
Remembering back to that one game, the first game, where it's just like wakes up in that old ship, all the skeletons of are clones.
Well, the funny part was the fucking fact that in my game I sent them to a Psionicore city. And it was just almost entirely populated with our fuckers.
Yeah, we actually have
Our
Marv
clones.
as our ship AI, and now he's in a fucking like
Robot.
which robot? Like
He's in a
it's like
security
assassin
droid,
A
too.
security droid, yeah, from fucking. So Marv is an AI now, who is was also the ship that you all were on before. No, it's a different ship now, a different ship, but he's also now in the body of a security droid from Star Wars.
GoldenEye uploaded a Marv personality onto the ship as a joke.
Yep.
Regrets. I can't do that, GoldenEye. We're not doing this old movie bullshit. You don't go to Europa, GoldenEye, motherfucker.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I just can't wait until we get back to the ship one day and the astromech droid has he's like put himself into an astromech droid with just Fabio hair on it.
Holding like
You
4
see,
lightsabers.
This one was the best for maximum flippage. What do you mean flippage? Starts spinning the head of the
What?
R2 around to flip the hair around.
I can't do that high-pitched squeal. Yeah, that. God damn it, R2 kicks it out of the airlock. Wait, they can fly.
Is everybody here? Is Hatter gone still?
He might be.
Guess so.
Hatter!
You're muted. Oh my god. I sound like you, Pinky.
I'm a sleepy bitch.
Yeah, you are.
Sorry.
I swear to God, I heard the thing roll and then just like a fucking goddamn sound clip go.
You heard me snirking.
Any thoughts on everything so far, guys? Specifically, those of you new to this, I know 2 of you have had to go through this before.
Still, I have the feeling of my head is full of fuck.
Johnny about to go through Super Saiyan arc. He's gonna get angry and he's just gonna start glowing. Hair, his like frills are gonna grow like 10 times the size.
One of the guards like, the fuck is that noise? Honk! Honk!
Like he just has Goku hair.
I'm more curious to know if they, at some point, already knew what it was or figured it out.
Figured what out?
Possibly.
I don't know. I forgot.
Forgot about what?
I mean, I know what the creature is because I like creepy shit.
I had a feeling, with some of the questions you were asking, I had a feeling
Peppers.
you knew what it was.
Uh,
Do you know what it is?
No. What
Then
was
don't
it?
spoil it.
That's why I haven't said anything.
What?
I know
One of
I
you
know-
doesn't know what it is yet.
No, shh.
Describe the appearance again.
No!
No.
And you know Aelin doesn't know what the fuck it is yet. Hatter.
All I remember is flame.
How am I doing so far, Pinky? Do you like it?
I'm liking it. There's something very unsettling about the whole thing. I'm excited to see if you put your own twist on it and stuff like that, which I'm sure you are,
I
because
always
it's
do.
already kind of different.
Even in my second run through of it, yeah, I'm liking this. I'm
Oh, did I do a
Also-
good job of the reveal,
Yes.
the start to the end?
yes.
I needed
If
one
I-
of you to fuck up, and so I was gonna have rolls, and if it wasn't gonna do, we're gonna wait longer. I was just
If
gonna
I
keep doing
hadn't-
stupid dreams and have like random shit potentially happen today. But no,
If
one
I-
of you fucked up royally with that one.
Yeah.
If I had not known what it was, I would not have figured it out at all.
Nice.
I will
And I would
say
be here
I
like, "Oh my
wasn't
God."
certain. I wasn't certain until we actually got the full description of it, and then I went, okay.
Mm.
Up until this point, I've been sitting there going like, what the fuck? Is it
Is it
doing
good
cool?
for spoopy?
Yes.
Because it's like that whole like undertone of horror. Something is going on. You don't know what it is. It's killing people. How are you gonna fucking deal with it? It's so great, right?
It is actually pretty good. And
I've
I
always
like
wanted to do
I like the mud is blood.
right?
That's just like, we've been walking through that how much?
Oh, you
Yeah.
don't understand. She's
Hello.
listened to like 20 hours of this creature at one point.
From different people doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back.
Naked.
All right, it's time. We get backed into it as you guys are talking about what to do now.
There's a potential in Aelin.
Hey.
Hang in there, buddy. Can I borrow your ring to Ruby? Or either of your wives, honestly?
Just kind of holds his hand out, kind of shaking. Just
You take it. Oh, there's so many people on me.
I'll take it for now and kind of prestidigitate his, like, head area. It's a cubic foot, so it's a decent chunk of him.
You can clean his head.
Ah.
Alright, let me... Okay,
What are you doing?
I'm going to, like, contact Ruby.
hey, your
Oh, you're
husband
actually
fucked.
talking to me this time about something for fucking once? What is it?
He's having a panic attack. It's Wilk.
So it's not even him this time! Is he alright?
So we're going up against possibly a multi-headed giant monster that may be gourmeting upon a town without them knowing about it. And we've come to the conclusion that its trigger is being able to hear a kind of white noise. We need to know if you or, well, any of the others have any cursed items that deafen people. Or a silence spell on an item or a scroll or something that we can use. It would gimp us, but... if we
Jani
can
might
manage
be
it-
able to bust something out like that, but only one thing, and it'd only be for one person. That said, you shouldn't be telling the pregnant woman about this about their husband. Like hell he's going to be staking around in that fucking place. He's got a family to raise, you realize.
Looking over at Aelin. He's doing all right, all things considered. Sorry to stress you out.
We all
No,
can
he's
hear
not!
both sides, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We're coming to get him. Where are you?
Looking up at Aelin. Aelin, I think they're coming to steal ya.
We're 5 miles outside of Port Glory to the south.
Alright. Shake a leg would be there tonight. Just hangs up on you.
Why is there
Look,
dial
honestly-
tone on a glove?
It's a ring.
It's a
yeah.
ring, you bastard.
Oh wait, she has a glove or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like a gauntlet kind of thing. Sorry. I headed over to Aelin again.
Honestly, if the thing's this powerful and he's got that anti-magic bracelet on him, it would be better for him to not be here.
I don't even think an item that can cast deafness or even silence would work. They're not permanent. They only have a short amount of time.
Okay. I have a question for the two Valkyries. If I just take my talons and rupture my eardrums,
What?
how long until you can't undo that?
We can cure deafness, period. We have lesser restoration.
Yeah. Do you need to hear to cast that?
We just need to be able to speak and wave our hands around. You don't need to hear us.
Yeah. So we can just actually deafen ourselves.
That'd
I
be a
can do
little
it
rough.
safely.
Do you have
like-
telepathy prepared?
I can get telepathy prepared, yeah. I just need an
We
hour of
also have
concentration.
Keeper. Our first goal will be to go back to Newt and figure out something from there.
We need to get
Here's
them
the
out
thing.
of there.
Now, here's the thing. When we go through the town, we have no earthly idea if that thing is just walking amongst the people. We cannot let it know we are here.
Or that you mean.
That we know. I meant to say that. We cannot let it know that we know it's there. We cannot react to it. We cannot stare at it. If it's there, if it's amongst them, walking about, doing whatever the fuck it pleases, we cannot let it know we know.
I have an idea how to help the town as a whole. There's no way we're convincing guards or anything to do this, but I could go into the Adventurers Guild and post a notice that nobody's going to turn down to head a couple of miles even further if I have to Radanovis. It doesn't matter the length, but at the end, I'm going to say that the creature that I'm going to make up for this mission is triggered by hearing. And I'm going to put in some details about it to kind of give them a notice of what the hell's going on in town whenever they come out of the daze. They might have a chance of putting it together, you know?
Novus is a long way away, and these people are pretty home buddies. I don't know if that's gonna work.
That's the point. They don't have to go to Nova. Maybe closer by then, just so they at least get out of the radius.
And only a few people are gonna do that, and that's just adventurers.
Whatever we do, we have to get Newt, Lufa, and the others out of there.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I think for the most part, you guys are on your own for this one.
Yet there's no good way of convincing people.
Like, if you were well-known heroes for these people specifically, totally. But you're strangers.
And they're
And
not
none
gonna
of us are human.
and they're not gonna believe that their saint magically came back because they can speak to their saint.
We might see, we'll have to be deaf while we're doing it, but we might see if, oh my god, what was her name? The snake kindred that told our fortunes.
That was a
It
mouse.
was a mouse.
Mouse, sorry. We found her amongst the snake kindred, my bad. We could see if maybe getting a note to her about it. But I mean, while she's in there, she's not going to believe us, and I don't know if we'll be able to convince her to come out. Especially because Jani did upset her.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna sit here and concentrate for an hour to try and get some stuff to just deal with all this.
I guess. Do you think you could prestidigitate off the rest of Aelin?
I'm working on it, though we're going right back through it all.
I mean, he's gonna have to stay here until Ruby comes and gets him, because this is where we told her they are. We are, so. We didn't tell her where Newt is. And we don't want her going into the town anyways, so.
So are you guys waiting for sundown, or what's up?
Yeah, we'd have to wait for sundown.
It is cold out here. I suggest at least lighting a fire or maybe doing some sort of like small encampment.
Easy enough. We'll set up our fire silk tent. And
Roll
a
to
little bit of
attempt
some
to
warmth.
find wood.
There's no wood down here. I can tell you that much.
How much of that sapphire ash is still in Dirg, Aahana?
It's not. It's the log is back on Newt.
It pulls out wooden shield.
That wouldn't last long enough.
Yeah, the sapphire log's not on Indeard. I mean, we got 2 big tents. I still have my what the fuck is it called? I still have my blanket.
Yeah, these will keep us all, even for the
Fire
drakes,
silk.
pretty warm and safe. Mostly, it's just we're gonna have to deal with it throughout the night.
I also have this tattered velvet curtain. Put it down, and this shredded fireproof suit. I should probably fix this. I don't got anything else to do.
Too late into the night, the fire silk will not be enough to save you from the Arctic chill down here. I will say that much. But as the sun is setting, I will say that you guys hear a portal open outside the tent. The glow is enough because it's getting darker. And then you hear breathing on the tent outside. What do you all do, including Aelin?
Just kind of sitting in the corner, just oh god, oh god, oh no, oh no, oh fuck, oh god.
Ignore it. Ignore it. Ignore it. Ignore it.
Opens
Poke
the
head
door.
out.
As you open the door and poke your head out, you meet a very steamy Adrian, who looks at all of you, past you to Aelin in the corner, and his arm lifts and he points.
Yeah, I was just gonna
You
point
see
to
the
where
portal
Aelin
behind
is.
him that's open. You actually see the interior of the New Alden mansion there.
I don't think we're getting out of it, Aelin. If you're going in, at least have them take that bracelet off while you're gone.
Oh,
I
the
mean, he's
bracelet
out
fell
of
off.
yeah, he's out of the fucking town. It's off right now.
Oh, alright. Just make sure it stays off.
That's the good luck.
He'll just get up. He'll just grab him up by a fucking. They have horns, right?
He has horns, yes. Have you not seen his picture?
She. How dare you?
No. What?
No, he's
His
grabbing
Drake.
his Drake by the horn.
Oh, yeah.
He's not suicidal enough
She's-
to walk up and
No.
jump onto Adrian's
She has a pair
horns.
of smaller horns, but she's mostly finny.
Just kind of like just pluck them up a little bit and lead her through the portal.
I
He's
think
he's
that
not saying a
killed
word.
Aahana.
As you guys watch as Aelin and shoulders slumped and like a very nervous looking Drake walk through the portal, Aelin looks one last leg time at all of you, drops a single bangle onto the snow, and then walks to the portal and it vanishes.
That might be one of our things. I'll go over and, like, investigate the bangle.
Aelin, you may now leave if you so wish. You can stick around if you want to listen. We'll see you in like 3 weeks, right?
What's the date today?
The 15th.
Yeah, so the 3rd week I'll be back.
All right.
Noise.
So the 5th, right?
Yes.
All right. We'll see you in November 5th.
Alrighty, I will catch you guys next time. Please don't die.
No promises.
I'm gonna
That's
steal your
weird.
pillows.
I will pee on your pillows, boy.
Sweet nurse.
No, that's
sweet dreams and all
no, that's
that.
me. That's what I do. You don't take what I do.
I still have the missing
Son
in
of a
action
bitch.
thing I used for Oswald, so I just like activated it on the stream and just dragged it over to Aelin's.
By the way,
Fucking
the thing he dropped on the ground is still there. It's like a silver bangle. It's shimmering.
I grab it.
I
You
said I
grab
went
it,
to
and
investigate
immediately
it.
all sound is gone.
But okay. Oof.
You're doing that, and you guys are all hearing him screaming, but to you, you're not hearing anything, dude.
It drops it.
Drop it, and it's.
While he's doing that, Aahana looks at Wilk and goes, I think that deafened him.
Either that or
You
give
can
him a
hear
panic
yourself
attack.
again.
That was
I
dropped
pick it up
by
again.
Adrian.
No noise.
Hey, Johnny.
He's holding it again.
That's why I said, hey, Johnny, are you...
You see the fucking beaks moving, and they're all staring at you, but you don't know what the fuck they're saying.
Just
I
like
walk
swing-
over and I take it from him.
You are now deafened, Oswald.
screaming.
Johnny, you can hear again.
Oh,
Oh yeah, this is totally deafening me. I can't hear a single word I'm saying.
what?
She's gonna like
He's
she
the one
points
that.
at the ground, like put it on the ground.
I look at Johnny. I saw your mouth move, and I'm assuming you said something dumb.
Hold the middle finger.
I still don't know what that's supposed to mean, and I toss it over towards Aahana.
Alright, it skids along the ground and just sits there,
She
menacingly.
like wraps her tail. She's not touching it or anything. She's wrapped her tail around it. She looks at Jani and then Molly, and it's in a very obvious. I don't trust either of you not to try and scoop this up.
It would work for the leafy boy.
The goose stares at it because it's shiny.
No, she just
Stares.
slaps her hand at her.
Hisses.
I can't fucking find my...
What are you guys doing?
I'm
If it
trying to...
deafens,
Go ahead.
the only person we can do that on is going to be Lusan.
Here,
So at least this would
here.
be useful.
What if we hold
True.
hands?
I don't think that's how cursed
Here,
object works.
here. Let me hold it.
No.
And hold my hand.
No, Johnny.
The fact that you're laughing when saying it is making us realize that we shouldn't give it to you.
You're very quiet again, Oswald.
Hold my
Because I'm
hand.
over here.
Why won't you hold my hand?
You're laughing like, give it to me, come on.
Why won't
Come
you-
on, I can be trusted. just give me it. I'm not gonna do anything.
Why won't you hold
I'm
my
not gonna
hand?
do anything really funny.
Our elemental
Reaches
companions
over,
will also
holds
not
Johnny's
be
hand.
useful
Hold-
for this encounter.
Are we both deaf?
You talking about, hun?
Looking to Susie and Zach and shit, they were under the same effect, so keep that in mind. So
I mean, if you start taking damage, I'll still heal you. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but
Are we both deaf?
I am holding Johnny's hand and holding the bangle. Is Johnny deaf, Shay?
no.
Just start screaming. Ah!
Aahana's just like holding the bangle in one hand. She has this very like
Is it working?
customer service monotone look on her face as she holds Johnny's hand within her other one.
I walk over and I place my hand on her shoulder. Am I deaf?
No.
No, it's not working. He's just an idiot.
What if we both hold the bangle? Is it big enough for like me to grab it
I
while
poke,
it's in her
I
hand?
poke my finger on the bangle because it's out of Johnny's reach.
It doesn't work.
No, it's one person only. Oh, I take the bangle out of her hand. It didn't work on either of us, and it only affects one person at a time. To emphasize that, I tap her on the shoulder with it while I'm holding it.
All right,
I will also
we give
say
it to Lusan.
it is in the middle of the night. If we travel now, we're likely to freeze to death by the time we even make it to the city and be exhausted. Should
Well,
I
it's either that or
just-
you freeze now.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna freeze to death if we stay.
I mean, I was
doesn't
going
the
to
cold
say I can
resistant
just.
stack, like I said.
It does stack, yeah. What are you doing?
Cold resistant tent. Most of us have cold resistant gear on, and cold resistant blankets to boot. We have like 3
Those are
tiers.
just that shit. It's not. Maybe it's gonna. You're chancing death, but maybe.
Hold on. He just sits down and starts concentrating for another hour.
I was going to say I could sending to Lufa to get everybody the hell out of here, but they might freeze too.
No,
Well,
you
I
just-
don't think Lufa can freeze. She's
Does
a
anyone-
pumpkin on a stick.
It takes an hour for him to change his ability out, so whatever he's doing is going to take an hour if anyone does anything.
No, what are you doing? It is now very cold.
I'm
You guys are in the middle of the Arctic, like, flatlands where the wind is not being stopped by anything.
Aahana's putting the bangle on Luson.
I'm cuddling with the goose because the goose is warm.
Honestly, what I'm doing isn't really going to work because I'm still going to have to sleep. We just need to go around the town and go back. We need to go around or go through the town. Like,
No, Oswald, you're going to deafen us, and we're going to go through the town. Because we're not going to make it walking all the way around to town when it's already extremely late at night.
all right.
Besides, we're going to have to go into the
You could
town
survive,
anyway.
like, riding 2 hours back into town, and since you got two, like, Aahana might be a little bit of a problem, but if you, like, have her ride, like, sort of ride with, like, maybe Oswald, who's slightly lighter, but, like, then...
But I don't have my mount.
I know, but then how many mounts do we have right now? Just the one?
We just
Yep.
have Wilkes.
Wilkes, yeah.
And
Ah,
Molly.
Molly's a mount.
he's
but
not
she-
big enough for some of you.
Not just me.
You guys would have to sprint, but you might make it back before you freeze.
I was just going to take my fire elemental form, but that might cause some other problems.
Luson can cling to one of you to keep you warmer during this mess. The other one can ride with me, and I can prestidigitate you to stay warm periodically.
Not gonna lie, Molly should have the ability down feathers.
Okay, let me explain this a little bit different. So, while resistance is great and you can be immune to cold and stuff, the condition of, like, the weather condition of, like, existing in an area that has no warmth should still kill you even with resistances on. It's just how it is. Like, you guys are in the middle of the cold, there is no warmth, it's going to sap the warmth from you and kill you even if you have things to stop damage. You get me?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
to buy us time to get out of it.
Yeah.
All right, then let's just go. So
Yes.
we need to do the deafening first.
So you're gonna
Yep.
hurt everyone?
Yep, I'm going to take out my medical kit and try to rupture everyone's eardrums without causing, like, damage to other parts of the
Alright,
body.
let's start with Wilk.
Okay,
Medicine.
how painful that would be. Oh my
It's
god.
very painful.
Oh my
It's
god.
very painful, yes.
Bracing
Here,
myself.
first, he takes out a strip of leather. Bite on this.
Yeah. Taking helmet off. Chomp.
Why no roll? Why no roll? Okay, it was 25.
Roll a d4.
Rolling 1d4. 3.
You take 1 piercing damage, and you're now deafened.
Oswald just clacks his talons on either side of your ears to see if you hear anything.
I
Shaking
mean,
his
he's
head.
currently like bleeding and like fucking upset, and just you're gonna give him some moment to like find out if he's deaf later. I'm sure.
All right,
Right now
who's
he's
next?
traumatized.
Get it over with.
Okay. It's just like going to Spencer's to get your ears pierced or whatever you get your ears pierced. I
Medicine.
don't know. 13.
Roll a d4.
4.
You take 4 piercing damage, Aahana, and are now deafened.
Oof.
You
I-
seem to be a lot more gentle with Wilk.
While one ear is still good, I'm more used to animalistic ears. I'm sorry.
Speciesism loses hearing.
Speciesism jab. Ah!
No one of us knows sign language.
Yeah.
Okay. Johnny, do you want me to do you or Molly first?
You better do Molly first because I can hold her down.
Okay.
I grapple
Yes,
Molly.
Never been happier not to have to
Oh,
hear
wait.
that screeching.
Well, yeah, it's fine.
Roll a
It's the
d4.
same roll.
Molly takes 4 piercing damage and is now deafened, and also upset. How
was trying-
fucking dare you?
She's trying to bite you, but I'm trying to hold her.
I just let
I
her
feel like
bite
she'd
me.
also be trying to bite you.
Goose have teeth.
I just let her bite like my foot or something while I'm doing this, so she has something to occupy her. All right.
And then Jani medicine.
26.
Roll me a d4. You take 2 piercing damage, Johnny.
Scree. Worse
There,
than
now
that toothache.
Now I gotta do it to myself. So I'm assuming there's gonna be a disadvantage if I
Medicine
don't. If someone help
disadvantage.
me. I'm gonna telepathy to Wilk. Like, Wilk, do you think you can help me out?
I'll reach out and I'll cast guidance on him. And,
I meant more physically help me stab my ears, but okay.
well, then I'll just.
He's not trained, so I can't with good faith say that he can help you. Give you
Alright.
advantage.
I mean,
The guy is
RP wise,
just-
still help me stab my ears, but yeah.
It'd be so
guidance
funny
is
if this. It'd be so funny if this can't be reversed.
It
24.
can.
It'd just be so hilarious to me. It's just like
25.
25.
what?
Roll a d4.
Yep.
You take 1 piercing damage, Oswald. And are now deafened.
Alright, so just to get this out of the way now, before we all start talking in
None of you can hear you, honey.
No, I'm saying this above game right now. Luson is going to be taking the action to play logistics, using his telepathy to act as like the core thing. We send things to him, he sends it to everybody else. So he's going to be unable
had
to
that
do
talk
much of
before.
anything. Well, yeah, I can. I'm just saying that that's what's going to happen, and then Wilk's going to message to Luson. Think towards Luson to speak and transfer things to others.
There's gonna be a delay though. It'd be like every other turn, sort of thing.
Yeah.
We won't be
This
able
is
to
only
hear
so much you can
anything
do.
other than each other, mainly, but...
No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. If you're telling him to basically tell everyone what people are saying, there's still a delay there.
Yeah. At least it'll let us talk through the town to ourselves.
Not sort of. You'll see. Because you're gonna be like, okay, Luson, tell them blah blah blah, and then he'll be like, yo, boo 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 boo. See, there's the delay. It's not as fluid as you think.
It's something.
I know. I'm not saying it's not.
That's not making it sound like it's bad.
I don't think it's gonna be a small talk sort of thing.
Yeah, we're not going to be small talking while we're walking through the town covered in blood with bleeding ears.
Yes, but it's good to have communication.
Also, I guess Oswald better, like, quote unquote, dress our wounds so no one is like, huh, why are these people out here with bleeding ears? We need to take them to the guards because they're suspicious and they're
Yeah,
obviously
you
blood
take some
cultists.
time to clean your ears. Everything's fine.
Yep.
And you guys start heading back towards town. I'm guessing
Yep.
you'll get there in 2 hours.
Woo! Someone delete Aelin.
Get out of here. How dare you?
Disintegrate.
To Brazil with you.
No worse,
As you
Ohio.
guys, hang on, I have to. You guys aren't there yet. Like about like an hour out from town, when you guys get back in the sight of it, is when you at certain points see a long, sinewy white neck sort of raise from the depths of the town, with something in its mouth, and then it sort of slithers back into the depths of the town.
Just Aahana through Luthon going, don't react or stare at it.
Because
Remember.
they're still far away from town, but you are seeing this from a distance. It is much bigger than you expected.
Look, man, I don't know if it's like Enderman, where like if you look at them, no matter the distance, they're gonna.
I'm just letting you
scream
guys
from it.
know.
Luson will reply, "Do not react, look, or even acknowledge its existence."
Nod.
During the hour going before... Well, nah, never mind, it's too late. That already happened. We'll keep going then.
So after the next hour of you guys sort of like, you try not to stare, but every time there's movement and a head rises up from the town, your eye is inadvertently drawn. And you've been wondering how long you've just sort of been dodging around these things eating people. At one point you see 3 rise up. And by this point you guys are close to the gates. What are you doing?
Putting my fucking mask on so that I don't vomit to the fucking smell of it.
Yeah, you guys, the road is red. The snow is stained red and pink. There is no white. There are no bodies, but there is no white.
Probably just gonna. Probably should just run straight up this road and go up the cliff to get to Newt, instead of trying to go through the bulk of the town.
Just one
know where
straight
you're gonna go?
shot.
Can't exactly run because that'll be suspicious, but yeah. Using his own telepathy.
Do not garner attention. We will not be able to reply to them.
Goodbye, elf.
Not like the people around here were really trying to talk to us anyways.
Oh, hey guys, your favorite snake kindred vendor. You guys, why the fuck aren't you talking to me? Fuck you!
One random person who's actually deaf and knows better. Yeah, they know.
Just the deaf person who's been living here for the last 30 years, they discovered the secret.
I was more thinking of like a deaf baby and just witnessing all the horror.
Just an old man. I know about this thing before it was cool. Damn
This point,
whippersnappers.
Pinky,
Nope.
right about the point where you tripped, you see a sinewy, thick neck stretched across the road here.
Just like she sees it, kind of from the bottom of her vision.
You
'cause
don't know
she's trying
where
to,
the head is.
yeah.
You're not sure how you're supposed to get across this thing, but I guess you just sort of climb it. What are you gonna do? You have a split-second decision here.
She's just gonna, her goal is just keep going forward. So before she can really think on it, she just starts going over it.
All right, and the rest of you?
I'm gonna act like I don't see it. I'm just gonna step right on it.
I'm going to run
Oswald.
directly fucking into it, fall off, and look at Iris confused and go, oh right, Iris can hear. In my head, I'm gonna get on
Iris
Iris.
is confused. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna
Oh,
get
I
on
didn't
Iris
deafen
and point
Iris.
forward, and Iris is going to do what would
Yep.
be naturally happening.
Which would be naturally, you guys never noticed it, but she climbs.
I'm just gonna climb over the thing.
Heartbeat.
I'm imagining Luson's translating it from Aahana. You guys are just hearing, go straight. Just go straight. Don't react to it. Go straight.
She keeps saying straight.
Right over here, you see a head sort of scoop down from above. I'm gonna need everyone to make a charisma saving throw because it's terrifying. As a child is lifted into the air and the blood sprays, and as it hits you in the face, you just see sort of you're like, this is what the snow flurries were.
You all get a 2 from me. Just
And a
remember
2
that.
from me, and a 2
I-
from Susie.
I want to ask Shay. I took the ability fear immunity. Or frightened immunity?
It's not a fear
It's
like
different
that.
thing?
This is just
Okay.
you seeing a child getting devoured in front of you. Try not to react to it.
Johnny got a 10, Molly got a 17.
20.
Luson. Well, Luson's a rock right now.
Johnny, you flinch, but you with a 10 you pass and do not react.
20 for Luson.
Do your best to recover and keep walking. The weird thing is that there's no screams. These people are just dying
Wouldn't,
because they don't even know it.
wouldn't hear the screams even if there were.
Oh, true. You're right.
By the way, everybody that passed for the next 6 seconds gets advantage on their next fucking charisma check. Yay!
What happens in the next 6 seconds?
You get called a
And
bitch and
it's
you have
not.
advantage on it.
I'm so glad Johnny doesn't endanger the whole party by going, "You're a stinky poo-poo head monster."
I mean, this is terrifying. I don't think anyone wants to fucking try to taunt this giant multi-headed thing.
How large was
We still
the
don't
head
technically know that it's
across?
multi-headed. For all we know, there's 3 of them.
Ah.
I'm
So, when you were
basically-
climbing it, it was taller than you, hun.
So, like,
And
10,
about
20
as
feet?
thick as your drake is long.
so within 10 feet, roughly.
Don't know
within
how
20
to
feet.
explain it, I'm sorry.
I'm basically acting like normal Johnny, like he's nervously doing the safety dance as we're walking.
You guys reach the tunnel out of town, and you are basically safe, though you are still within the thing of the town.
Imagine if this giant bird was just deaf.
It not.
Once we make it this far, I'm gonna cast sending to Newt to say to return so that we can mount up the house.
Oh, the Newt perks up and you guys don't hear it, but she screams.
We feel it.
In our hearts.
No, in our
Like
bodies.
as you start like going through the thing, and since she reared back to scream, you actually see her head rise up above the tree, so you know she's already there.
And for some odd reason, Luson begins to translate it to us.
Yes.
Right.
Newt
My-
goes re.
My internal ears in my brain.
Father,
My
do you
brain?
think it knows we're here? Yes, I do.
Giant
Fro-
parrot dragon thing.
I think Newt's ears are a little too big to deafen Oswald. Crimson Fowl! Father says Newt cannot be deafened, he is too large.
Newt looks a little fucking frustrated and concerned about that. So what are you guys doing?
I'm going to use the wand to put the house back on Newt,
All right.
and we need to take a roll check. Is the salamander still playing in the snow outside?
Yeah, you
Aahana
see
is
her.
hunting her down.
She sort of like, as you guys start, like, as Newt like gets up and like stretches and flaps her wings and gets ready, she pops out of a nearby snowbank and like runs circles around Aahana.
Oswald just flies into the house, checks to make sure everyone's okay.
Everyone's there.
Ahana's gonna take Safi in.
You see the Mamba slither around, and for a second it looks like whatever the fuck the thing was, and you're like, huh! Just got into the flower from Lufa's
Are you
cooking.
guys? So you're reattaching the house. It takes about 10 minutes,
Yep.
Yes.
and then you guys getting inside.
Yep.
Mhm.
Get the Deorg in there too.
From this new vantage point, you guys can see that there are more heads than just 3 in the town below. You see them just sort of like, you see a couple of them are just sort of sleeping. They all have their mouths open, period. Like, except for the few that are eating, their mouths are closed, clearly. But, like, a couple of them are just sort of like are prone. 2 of them are currently hunting. 1 has already hunted, and a couple others. There's about, perception check someone that's trying to count as if they are.
Aahana would be trying to, pretending she's trying to keep the fear off her face and pretending she's just looking at the town at night. So,
I need to puke again.
and where is, there it is.
About 10. It's kind of hard. They're sort of, at a certain point, you start to lose track of where, like, some of the necks, or if they're not, like, together, like, the same head or something. You think about 10.
I'm not.
Whatever this thing is huge, and that doesn't bode well.
I'm trying to see if they're coming from out. Like, are the heads like coming in from outside the city?
Perception. You don't know where they're coming from.
That's a 16.
Doesn't seem to be coming from outside the town, though.
And then I'm also going to reference to the other. Well, honestly, are they even reacting to Newt flying off?
The heads?
Yeah.
Oh, is Newt flying?
Well, not yet. We haven't
Okay.
fully situated everything.
Gotta put
The
the
hell?
drakes up.
So what are you guys doing?
Clean. Put Drake up.
Yeah. Getting Safi into the.
Just sit in a cold shower while listening to Pearl Jam.
Dreading how filthy our house must be.
Yeah, it's like Lusan keeps it pretty clean. Or sorry, Lufa does.
Yeah.
But even she doesn't know it's blood, right? So there's like a thin sheen and there's like coppery staying in the air.
Let me just measure this.
In fact, she doesn't know why you guys are all looking so panicked.
Just kind of like. Look
No
at
one's
her.
saying hi to me. They're all just sort of rushing past. Something's going on.
I do telepathy to her because she's within 150 feet. Very bad things. We found out what's in the town. We have to leave and figure things out.
She's on
Make-
board then.
Take a catalog of everyone here, please.
She's like, okay. She does.
She writes down a list of everyone that's here.
Are Are you taking
Also,
off now?
yeah, we're taking off. Also, Aelin got kidnapped by his wives. You need to take care of wee Adrian.
And the
Wait,
birds.
no. I'll take care of them because birds.
And all the crickets. As you take off, you do see like two of the heads sort of like turn and look. But because of how big Newt is, it basically leaves them alone. They don't go after her or anything. They just sort of watch as she leaves. You guys sort of, where are you flying?
Oh shit.
Oh, we didn't talk about where to go. We just talked about getting out.
Yeah.
My vote is
Oswald
about
chooses.
a little bit north where it's slightly warmer. Just a little
Yeah.
bit.
Nuke it from orbit.
Once we hear Lufa start losing her shit, we know we're far enough.
Yeah, he's just gonna start flying towards Raqqa.
Towards Raqqa? Okay. You fly about half an hour, and then you hear Lufa start vigorously cleaning everything.
Well, none of us hear that, but
No, yeah, sorry, my bad.
We see her.
You see her, like, in the fucking hallway with a mop going to town, just really vigorously.
Crimson Fowl! The pumpkin is going batshit!
telepathy back. All right, tell Wilk and Aahana to start healing everyone.
Father would like to know if that is the best idea, if we're going to have to do this again.
Would he rather us have to communicate like this, or you know what? Have him come heal me.
Everybody's getting this. Father suggests we sleep, then go back to fight.
I suggest
He
we
is on
need
his
to-
way, though.
Yeah.
Feeds Rollock. The spider, it's somewhere. You get a message, Oswald, as Wilk's getting closer for easier communication.
I mean,
You're
I have
wanting us to
telepathy
hear?
equipped, so yeah. I want you to heal me. That way, I need to be able to call, like, I need to be able to call Mom and ask her to bring the crystal to the Primalists, so I can ask them directly, like, what the hell, or something
They're
like
going
that.
to know what this is.
They have a higher chance than I do. I need to look through the book, but we can't just go right back after sleeping. You saw how big that thing is.
We need to investigate and figure out where it's coming from, otherwise it's doomed. Before it eats us while we're walking by, yeah.
Ooh, more undercover fun.
I can only think of two places. The town center, the town hall, well, 3 places. The town hall or the stadium.
I guess we'll have to do
We can
some sort of
see from
reconnaissance then.
above. We can certainly see from above. It seems to leave Nuit alone, so long as it doesn't recognize us as a threat.
Well, if we would be flying above, the townspeople would start freaking out, and it would realize, oh, one of them must see me.
The townspeople are the biggest worry, but at the same time, they know that we are here and there.
Wilk, do you really think we have a chance against this thing?
Do you really think the Primalists are gonna know fuck all about it?
Maybe.
Aahana, you're just staring at them, staring at each other.
I walk over, I look him in the eye. The Primalists haven't known anything you've brought to them. Once. It's us. We are the top right now. Look at yourself. You, if anything, are what they're aspiring to be. So let's think about how to deal with the problem. Let's not ask other people how to handle it. We are the ones handling it, and we are able to.
What are
Alright?
you doing while they're making faces at each other, Aelin? Or
Aahana.
sorry, Aahana.
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 She's waiting, and as they keep talking, she's getting slightly annoyed. And she's going to reach out and tap both of them.
Hmm?
And she's going to lesser restorate both of them and then stare at Wilk.
Okay. You both can hear suddenly.
Ah, God damn it, I did not want to feel that pain again. Messaging
You guys
Aahana.
stop using Luson. She's not up to. She doesn't know what's being said.
She's staring at you like, you better restorate me.
You hear in your head, sorry, and he baps you.
Okay.
Johnny, they're
Obviously.
speaking on the bridge. Without you, madness.
Johnny crying in the bathtub.
Look. One, we can actually try and contact people, not because they might know what that is, but because we know how to subvert it. We only asked one person, and we only gave her like 3 hours to make something. But if we can contact some people and see if anyone has, I don't know, a screeching spell or something that could drown it out. For all we know, sound is also its weakness.
I don't know why he's not asked me yet.
Looking at
Yeah.
that, Susie, you don't even know what we're talking about.
No, from your back pocket.
Oh, looking back pocket. I don't think you would.
I'm a wizard. I can enchant shit. You said one of you have something that does something about sound?
Yeah, we have a deafening bangle, but I didn't think you'd be able to get
curse.
something over here.
I can ask my adopted family. I don't know how quickly we could get them to you, but we can get them.
Any idea of an ETA for that?
Well, I mean, we could probably get it if we use all of our fucking family members. We could probably get it done in a day. But then getting it to you, where are you again?
Slightly north of Fort Glory.
Ooh, that's a long ways away. You might want to source something more closer, I guess. Do you want me to see if these guys know of any, magic users in the area? Are you close to those small people?
The
The
gnomes.
gnomes.
Yeah.
We're
I mean, it's a bit of a travel, but we're not.
almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, that would work. That's a lot closer than a lot faster than I could get it to you. It's not like we have portals or anything.
The only other trick that we could do is another Siangal pact or a deal with Saharazah.
I mean, they are right. They're not as bad as you think they are. They'll give you something. They'll just ask for something in, like, of the same sort of like cost for what you're asking of them.
Well, that's the problem. I don't know what I have for that.
You don't know until you find out and try. Also, please
mean-
don't deafen yourself again. We don't know. Look, as great as Lesser Restoration is, the whole healing magic things is still wildly untested considering how taboo magic is. Please don't keep fucking yourself up like that.
Believe me, we got that part. We just didn't want it to. I didn't want it to go away because I didn't want to do it again. But you hear us and we sound like mad people. We needed to be aware of our surroundings.
I've been listening to this whole thing this whole time. It's crazy.
So I've realized I might have an ability that could see if sound down. I have the ability to shriek like a shriek shroom.
It won't drown out anything. I will tell you guys that much.
Yeah.
You can't drown this out.
Yeah.
Or maybe we could even go to the gnomes. They could make really good earplugs.
I still
We
say
just
check
get
past the
caught and
Siegel,
doesn't
it's
work.
faster.
To get the enchanted items to us, or just to take our hearing away at a whim.
Your
Or to
choice.
help us in some way.
I'm sure they can curse things too.
We're spreading them thin, though. Pride's over at the farm. Adrian's dealing with probably holding all the shopping Aelin's being forced
There
to
are
do.
7 of them, you realize.
Yeah, I'm taking toll.
I'm gonna go find Johnny.
Yeah, go make sure Johnny's doing okay, Aahana. We'll try to update you as soon as we figure out a plan.
Luson, where is Johnny?
Lusan looks at you, reaches into your head. Hello, Long One. What do you seek?
I'm seeking Johnny.
Lusan walking over, looking in. The bathtub. It is very red
Ah.
in there. It is very red in there.
Ah, thank you. Oh, there you both are. I do believe I can heal blindness, just at 5 hit points of damage.
Blindness.
Eh?
I mean deafness. 1 second, I'm trying to look at my attack life.
Are you trying to use your points? I think it's just a poison.
It's divine intervention, yeah. It lets you get rid of diseases and poisons.
You can push yourself if you want to cast, outside your ability. Just Zach's gonna say no, so you'll have to pull from yourself.
1 second. I have more spell slots, higher spell slots. I'll just use 2 of them. My level
Alright.
3. I'm upcasting it, which does nothing.
So you restore hearing to the duck and the small lizard.
She's just on the edge of the water after touching Molly. How we doing, Johnny?
It's just like sinks into the water.
That's not good.
It's still underwater. Yep.
Just reaches into the water, pulls Johnny out.
Not like I was gonna drown.
Yeah, but I can't talk to you while you're in there.
I don't want to talk.
Well, that's far, far too bad.
Struggles.
You struggle in vain against the larger woman's strong grip. It does nothing.
Look, we're trying to think of a plan. Try to figure out what needs to be done. I need to know whether you want to go back and fight that thing or not.
I want to fucking burn it to the ground.
Alrighty then. Do you want to be involved in the planning? Because if so, you can't sit here and...
Let go of me.
stew in water.
Go with me.
Sets him down.
Man. Just walks naked away.
That's okay, it's not like you have anything hanging or out.
Oh no, he's a lizard.
We still don't know if you're he.
They.
You're just whatever you want to be at the time.
They.
Gets out of the shower. I was like, maybe I could tell if they're they. Wait, no, they have a genital slit just smooth as a Ken doll. What?
Reproduce by osmosis.
Another Johnny walks in here.
What are you guys doing up here?
I think I have something, though I don't want to lose it, and I think I know who to appeal to if we're going to ask for items to deafen us.
Or just to... I wonder if there's a way to ask them if we can get an item that'll... Sorry, I realized my mic was further away. What if we can ask them for an item that'll just let us be immune without not hearing? But I don't think that's possible.
Likely not.
I'll just take your ears.
Or an item that can silence an entire town, but that is immensely powerful. So we just have to keep it small.
Yeah. Well, you're not the only one that has to make the deal. Like, any of us can try.
Yeah, but, well, looking to Aahana and Jani, we're thinking about a Ciengol to appeal to give us items that can deafen us properly. At the very least, I have an idea, a Ciengol of mine, and an item, but if y'all have ideas, let me know.
Takes Bangle off Luson, sets it on the ground.
Thank you, I forgot. That's why I couldn't hear. Looks to Luson, hand out like the fuck.
I just forgot I could hear.
It is quiet, father.
Luson
was
just
nice.
There like, I wonder if they're actually speaking or just flapping their lips. This is very weird.
Bradley's standing naked.
One of us yawns. Brother, one of them is screaming.
They must be in pain.
Alright.
Internal pain.
I'm gonna shoot my idea first.
Lufa bowls over Johnny, mopping the ground.
This is a rather cup overfloweth type of creature we're dealing with, or creatures, throwing everything out of balance down there. Perhaps we could
Wonder-
appeal to gluttony, and I could offer it my glass of refilling, or rather vase.
I wonder if it's underneath the town.
I'm thinking it might be, if not based within one of its confines.
I mean, we honestly, yeah, we don't know how long it's even been there.
You guys don't
Yep.
even know if there's a fucking, like, under crypt. Maybe there's a fucking, like, sewer system. You've never really looked or asked.
There
Or,
are crypts, but who knows?
or if it's always existed there and the town was just built over top of it.
Long
I'm
time
definitely gonna have to
hasn't
spend
been.
time
Past.
seeing if there's anything in the book. I might have missed it.
Now that we have more of a understanding, I guess, of what that it's actually something, I might see if Scheherazade could give some type of direction on it, or maybe see if I don't know.
Well, I'm
See
sure,
if she tells me if it's a good idea or not to even try and fight it.
Susie, you go ahead and ask Scheherazade. You got a direct link. We won't have to pray that what she thinks about the matter.
Why do you keep using me like this? You realize that you're supposed to be. She can't really. You have to ask if you want to ask.
Look, I just get
See,
tired
you're
of having
putting
to
way
ask.
too much emphasis on it, like talking to like a creator or a spirit. A lot of them seem pretty alright with you just talking nicely to them.
I mean, they may not be able to always help with all your problems, but if they can give advice, they will.
It's not a massive ordeal. I'm not saying they're like not powerful beings, but I mean, just talk to them.
I don't know, maybe it was just Sledge. He was all about the respect facet, and being an orc, I guess it kind of stuck. Alright.
How much does Grak have involvement with the church, the temples in the Dwarven city?
You don't know, but it's dwarves.
Volks actually has an idea about that. he looks to Aahana. His eyes narrow, and he goes over and puts his hand on his pocket so it can't get like overheard or something on the other end. If Rhea was any indication, Greg doesn't even know that they have temples.
Well, a lot of that. I think one of them was an avatar, right?
Yeah.
That one lady you
That was
talked
the
to. helped
that wasn't the
Sheila.
head of a temple. That was one of the heads of the families.
Oh
was
yeah,
a
she was the head of the family. Yeah,
The one that sent us to school.
yeah. Remember, she helped you channel Scheherazade because you're
Yeah.
being odd about it.
Nodding in agreement, even though he has no idea what you guys are talking about.
Reaches down, pats him on the head.
Alright.
We had to go to Dwarven Elementary School because we pissed off a noble.
I'll ask. I feel bad not talking as much as you've been, Aahana.
I mean, I don't mind asking. I like talking to Scheherazade.
Looks over briefly. Does she ever complain I don't talk to her enough?
No, but I mean, she also waited quite a while before she brought up the fact that she was not upset or unhappy, but like wanted me to start talking to her
She's
again
not
every day.
mad. She's just disappointed in me.
She's also an almost timeless being, so like you not doing it for a few months, it's gonna take a while for her to be like, they've stopped doing this thing that, they've been doing every day. At least I was doing it every day. I don't know about you.
Susie on my head. Dude, I'm literally gonna turn into her, and you don't even talk to me enough sometimes. I'll ask her while you're digging through your book, Oswald. We'll see if we need to figure anything else out, Kit. I'm guessing you've tried everything to figure out what the hell we're going through.
I've never heard of a thing like that before.
Pretty creepy.
I'd like to help more, but like I said, we're far away.
You do
Hey,
play.
Wilk,
Yeah?
what do you think the odds are that this thing's death touched?
I don't think it matters. I looked around for those things as well, or anything that other people couldn't see, like only me and Aelin could see. But think about it. It's a human city. Their souls don't get ferried anywhere, and if it's the Kindred dying, they're so few and far between.
I mean
Likely
more
just during
that
the night.
I can put Death's Shroud over me, and I could try to scout out, but I don't know if this thing could see me.
Mm.
From what I can tell, it's only things that have been resurrected, but if this thing's multi-headed like a Hydra, I don't know if regrowing heads is similar.
Not a risk that we should take.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Especially since the rest of us won't be able to see you other than me.
I mean, to be fair,
And Lusan.
it looks like a rotting corpse. Well, you get what I mean by rotting. You know what I mean. Doesn't
Pale, covered in blood, yeah.
doesn't have a nose, stuff like that. It's like missing flesh. I have no idea what exactly it is. It could be something brand new, like the frickin' Eldronga were technically
Maybe.
are.
Alright. I'm pulling out the feather.
So you're praying?
Yeah.
Religion.
Opens eye once like this, right?
With a 24, what are you saying to Scheherazade?
Scheherazade.
Projects
Maybe
image of the thing. Do you know what the fuck this is?
Scheherazade, what dis? Scheherazade, the fuck?
Sorry.
The creature we've come across. We need some form of guidance on how to deal with this. Where's the heart of this beast that we may fight it?
Give us a riddle.
So she's paying attention, and you rolled high enough to get an answer or a response of some sort. And what you get back is, the fuck is that? And then, oh shit, some battles need to be fought and learned how to fight on their own. Perhaps, though, look underground. And on top of that, we should talk more often. And then there's nothing else.
Godly version of, the fuck? Y'all fucked. Figure it out on your own. By the way, call me.
Heads up. In a nutshell, she doesn't know what it is. Do you see Wilk look like little mentally fucked up still? He's still recovering from this himself, though his only way of coping is shutting down a little again. She suspects underground as well, and more importantly, says that, yeah, we're winging it.
I'm so upset because while you were saying that, I rolled my investigation in the book, and my virtual die was teetering on a 20, and it hit a 2, and that's the one that I got.
There's nothing in there, Oswald, over the last hour of skimming through it.
So if it's undead, that would be fire, right?
If
So
it was
weak to fire?
undead,
Fireworks on most things, especially in like the tundra.
if it
And
was,
radiant. We might actually have an upper hand on
If
this.
it's undead.
Yeah, if it's an undead.
We have no idea if it's undead because the rot is definitely just from the blood and bodies.
Yeah, the flesh is intact, I will say that much.
But most things that like surround themselves by that kind of stuff, I don't know, they're usually in the category of damaged by radiant badly.
could likely be a monstrosity. Regardless if it's damaged by radiance, I can guarantee something like that is in no way resistant to it.
Yeah.
That wouldn't make
There's
any
no
damn
way.
sense.
I'm not sure if it is anything undead. Like, I don't know. It has some of the visual hallmarks, but that's it.
Hence monstrosity in my book.
So are we talking to a Sangal, or what's going on?
Well,
I guess let's ask if the Ciangol is interested in anything from the group as a whole, instead of just trying to put it all on your shoulders, Wilk.
Yeah.
alright. I would suggest gluttony for this one. It's a gluttonous creature.
Yep.
Does that sound
Keep
right?
feeding
Looking
it.
over to like the others.
Yeah.
Just
I-
keep filling it to explode.
I guess. I don't know if that's the exact type of linkage the single like.
More importantly, how are we going to reach it other than just, praying to make a deal? It recognizes us, right? She would care enough to recognize us after what we went through in that house with Lucy and the others.
Well,
Wait,
while
who are
he's
you
there,
contacting?
We're thinking about contacting Gluttony. for the
While
Okay.
he's there asking everyone, like, she would recognize us, right? She would recognize when Oswald's just like, I wonder, sits cross-legged, tries to pray to Gluttony, just like how he prayed to Sahara.
You don't get any answers.
He just like
However,
starts
there's a
tensing
knocking
up.
at the door to your room.
Huh?
Uh,
Johnny, will you get that? It's no one.
It's mud.
Oh, you
Hello?
don't walk.
Oh, don't walk in.
Open
Sorry.
the door.
Doors open.
Okay,
opens
cool.
the door.
You open the door. Oh, you can walk up to the door. Who
Yeah.
opened the door?
All of us.
Aahana did.
Fucking
I
It was
Christ.
me.
Oswald's getting up from a tensed cross leg. Okay, he's here.
Aahana, as you
Come on.
open the door, you see the skull visage and suit wearing Siangull of Greed. And he smiles as you open the door. He's like, ah, good, you are here. I heard on the grapevine that there might be something going on, and I'm here to sort of help with whatever it could probably be, or link you up to the Siangull that you think would be most helpful in this situation.
Can you read mine?
I'm sorry, what?
Can you like see into my mind? Because so I can show you
I
something.
mean, I could if you wanted me to, but that seems like an invasion of privacy, don't you think?
I can assure you, I have no better way to explain it.
You watch as he like sort of like tugs up the gloves on his hands and sort of like straightens up a bit, like if you're sure. He like reaches out a hand and places it on your head, a gloved hand on your head. And then after a moment, you see the like glowing red orbs in his eye sockets sort of like widen, and he sort of pulls back. He's like, I think I know who can help with this. And he steps and turns and walks away, and the door shuts behind you.
The fact that this is two god level beings that have reacted with "What the fuck?"
And then after a
It's-
couple of minutes, the door opens again, and it's dark in there. It's not your room anymore, by the way. And a gloved hand shoves a figure through, and she stumbles into the room, looks around, and just sort of like straightens up, looks at all of you, and you guys see before you Gluttony. She's greenish with sort of a dark black hair that's sort of hanging over her eyes and face. Her horns are swept back and to the side and sort of out. They're like her hair is tangled. She's thin as a bone and like has sort of like plates of bone sticking out of her clothing here and there all over the place. She's like, "This isn't a feast. What the fuck? Where am I?"
So, can you read minds too?
Yeah. Did greed fill you in, or do you want to just quickly look into my mind to see what is going to
Neither.
be?
That seems like a lot of wasted time.
Okay,
What's up?
There's
do you
a
need?
gigantic, horrific monster in a town called Port Glory that is has an ability that no one notices it, even though it's gigantic, and it's slowly
God,
eating
I
the
know
entire
that.
town. What'd you say?
Nothing.
We can trade you as a deal, a way for us to deafen ourselves, and I'll hand you a vial that might actually be what you're looking for.
A vial's not enough. What are you talking about? Anyway, where is this thing?
Port Glory.
All right, be right back. She sort of like turns away and like vanishes into like darkness.
It's
That sort of like
sound-based.
she like she like shrivels up and like turns into like a little like it's like she got stepped into a black hole. After a moment, she steps back out. She's like, "That's fucking cute, actually. I want that.
You want it?
Yeah, I want
the
it.
entire
Like, I
thing?
don't care if it's dead. I just want it.
Okay.
Sound fair?
Yeah.
Like, in fact,
Okay.
I don't think you're getting much out of this deal. So, like, what else do you want?
Looks back at them like.
Is there
do we-
some way that you could? We need some way to be able to fight it without the townsfolk freaking out seeing us fighting an invisible monster. Do you have any way to help with that?
I mean, one, don't fight it where they can see you.
Yeah, we're
need
going
to-
underground, Oswald.
Yeah, we,
Okay.
Like, you're
yeah.
doing most of the hard part. We want reward for this. Like, because, like, sure, I'll give you, like, her eye looks to the bangle on the ground. Like, I can do that. But, like, what else, like, what reward do you want for doing this? Because this feels unfair and it's making me cringe a little.
Oh,
well, we didn't think we'd get rewarded for it, honestly.
You guys should be warlocks, man. You get rewarded for everything.
Wouldn't mind your... Well, we already had a deal where we needed to pay for in getting into the tower in Emelroth. Would you be willing to pay that way?
So you need a way into the Amora Tower thing?
Yeah, so we heard that you all knew a way in, but we haven't talked about the deal yet.
Oh yeah, I could get you in there.
Oswald's like looking like you see Math looking for his head like no, never mind.
Huh? So you just want a way into the tower after this? So you want to do more dangerous shit afterwards? You guys need to learn how to like kick back and enjoy life a little bit more.
I don't know. Maybe we get the Dragon Forge golden bars from her.
I can get those.
Or remove a curse.
I can do that too. What's up?
Apparently I'm cursed that I get instantaneously drunk if a drop of alcohol touches my tongue.
Fucking deal. She reaches out and the curse is gone.
Uh,
So yours is done. How am I going to pay the rest of you?
Lusan raises a paw.
Yeah?
I would like, oh mighty one. I think I heard Pinky laughing. I'm sorry. For the dragons into swamp not to be mad at us for talking to the Reds first. It was their idea. I don't know if she could do that, Lusan, buddy.
I could try.
Yeah, it's worth it, father.
But that'll cost the rest of it. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll go reset your reputation with that faction real quick, and you guys go and kill the thing, and then just let me take care of the rest. Sound good?
Alright.
You cool if I just sort of hang here till this is all over?
Yeah.
Cool. She walks through this door and closes it behind her, and you guys don't know where the fuck she goes, but she's not there anymore.
All of our food is in the dirt, right?
No, a lot of it's in the storage by Lufa. As he says Lufa, a clawed wooden hand reaches up over the balcony. She couldn't get through Oswald's room to try and clean more. She was worried and climbed up here and just holds up a piece of paper saying, "The fuck?"
Yeah, that sums up everything.
Flip, explain!
Gluttony's going to give us things to deafen ourselves so we can fight the monster that needs hearing to...
Oh, do you guys look at the pot? There's enough bangles for all of you there now, by the way. You don't know when it happened, but it happened.
Duplication glitch.
Grab one.
Jani.
He can't hear you anymore. It's too late.
Telepathy. Jani.
All you can sense, Jani, it is not even the rushing of your blood through your veins. It's actual peak silence.
Just bliss. Absolute bliss.
Lufa crinkles a piece of paper loudly to get Wilk's attention.
Yes, Lufa.
Which Ciengal?
Shudder up his spine. You need to go to the pantries now. It's Gluttony.
Flip, if you see her, tell her I will make her a full, 10-course meal if she gets rid of the blood! The last gets rid of the blood is 3 times bigger than everything else and written in blood.
Wilk sends a message towards the pantry knowing that she's within range of that. Just literally what she just said.
Okay, so as soon as that happens and you send that message, the scent of blood vanishes from the area.
Looks around, takes his mask off finally.
Lufa begins cooking a 10-course meal. The most greasy, unhealthy, filling, delicious food she can think of.
We have to get her token ready.
She's preparing her an anime protagonist feast.
Let's see.
Okay, well, now we just need to figure out where that thing originated from.
You have to find a way under the town.
There is the crypts. There might be another way under through the town hall area as a guess because, well, if you're in charge of the town and the founder was the original ancestor, where would you keep your ancestor?
Oh. I wonder if there's any weird implication there. But I don't care enough to try and figure that one out. We need to figure out a way either to search through there without getting in trouble, or someone's gonna have to bite the bullet and, I don't know, we'll write down directions to remind them and they can go ask and actually talk to them. They'll not be able to be deafened is what I mean.
And we can't use a lot of magic to communicate because that'll
Yeah.
send off so many red flags.
Especially with the Emeroth kidnappers.
Tent Town was pretty crowded, so I don't suspect it was there, oddly enough, for what it's worth. That or
It was
the...
all over, but yeah, Tent Town was pretty crowded comparatively.
Maybe it doesn't like Kindred.
Maybe it
It
didn't
might just
like
have a
the...
taste for human.
Well,
We
the
saw it
snake
eat a couple
kindred.
people, right?
Yeah.
Did it eat only humans?
Yeah.
It's also entirely possible that the snake kindred's music was kind of amusing to it, so it just kept it around. This thing might be intelligent. We don't know.
No, it's gotta definitely be intelligent.
Originally, if there's only 2 or 3 heads, I had the idea of us teaming up and silencing the heads. It costs mass mayhem, but anybody with balls would step up to the plate and help us fight it. But that's
Yeah,
not
but there
going
was
to
like
happen.
10 of them at least. We find its body, and we kill it that way.
Correct.
I'll have to figure out the most absolute damaging combination of my abilities I can possibly have.
I do wonder if it's another abyssal creature like the Eldronga are. Something
Didn't have
that's
the same
made its
feel.
way here. How many
don't
abyssal
know.
things have you ran into?
Considering I can spawn them,
Yeah,
I'm fairly
Eldronga,
familiar with them.
one type of abyssal creature.
I don't know then. Okay, its face was way too humanoid because the Eldronga do not share it. They're too alien.
You want me
It's
to ask
abyssal.
the fucking broodmother if it sees it in the world between worlds? She said she'd be
No.
back. We banished her away. I could literally ask her.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think we should.
neither do I. So I think we should just bang on the fact that it's a fucking monstrosity that's going to eat everything if we don't kill it. Worrying about what type of monstrosity is only going to help us so much, but nobody knows what it is to begin with, so we might just have to go through without that knowledge.
I feel like it's safe to bank on the Radiant, though. It's gotta be.
It's not
That
failed
maybe
us yet, other than on
Sound
Friend.
Force Sonic.
I don't suspect it's going to be heavily enjoying magic, period. If I was a giant magic-eating monster, I'd have eaten the snake kindred first.
Meh. Maybe that's why it prefers humans. They're not inherently magical. That, and also they're extremely easy targets.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting couple of days, isn't it?
Couldn't get through the door.
Let's get
Oswald
cleaned.
starts furiously writing down combinations of his abilities.
Johnny's just like slid down the wall while you guys were talking in pure bliss.
Picks up Johnny.
We're cleaning,
Oh,
and we're going
yeah.
to get some good sleep, and then we're going to go and start investigating the town.
Picks up all the bangles. Loudly go, I can't hear anyone.
Lusong grabbed Wilk's for him.
Telepathy. Just put one on my desk in telepathy. So, yeah.
Puts
There we
one on desk.
Thumbs up.
Still naked in bliss.
I completely forgot we got those two. That I got those two other magic items. I'm glad that they wouldn't have helped. I would have been like, God damn it!
Puts two bangles down on the barrel.
It through his face. Whips it at your face.
Puts Johnny down on the pillow.
Oh yeah, I should probably roll for Lufa. Cooking a lot of food. And fucking up a lot, apparently.
A lot of food indeed.
Is there anything else you guys are doing?
We'll just go
Meditating.
into bed before we get exhausted because we haven't slept yet.
Yep. Just gonna sleep through the night.
Sounds good.
Oswald realizes he should, so he'll close all of his doors. And then sleep. He usually leaves at least one open for some breeze, but he's like, fucking nope.
I'll let Kit know that we got some items to deafen us. And to, like, wish us luck finding where the fuck this thing's coming from.
Sounds about good to me. And with that, I think that's a good ending point here, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say it's
Yep.
a good stopping point right before it all hits the fan. What do y'all
And we
want?
usually stop around 8, correct?
9, so we might have an extra hour, but I don't know how Johnny's schedule is going right now.
I gotta work tomorrow.
Alrighty then.
8 it is. Because that's still 4 hours, isn't it?
3. 'Cause
Yeah, we
started at 5, but
usually
roughly.
try and stop somewhere between 8 and 9.
Yeah.
I think that's usually because Hatter's work is pretty soon. He needs some time to get ready for it.
We do sometimes stop earlier, though, once we hit a really good stopping point, though. So.
Yeah, the night before going back into that town is a very good stopping
Plus,
point.
I need to make the map and everything. I don't really have anything else for you.
I have the perfect
Nice.
idea for the title.
Oh?
What?
Forbidden spaghetti.
No, just what?
The
The
fuck.
Thing, Part 3.
The fuck. DAFUCC. Wing it.
I don't know. I just like what? Just all lowercase, no capital letter, no punctuation. What?
Existential crisis.
If we're doing
Deafening
what, it's
silence.
just WUT. But deafening silence is pretty cool.
Maybe that's what. Yeah, we deafened ourselves. Surgically deafened ourselves.
Keeping
Shell-
an ear out.
Shell
Keeping an ear
shocked.
off.
I like deafening silence the most in terms of non-silly, serious ones, though.
Yeah. Deafening silence is probably the best.
All
It's
right.
more of a serious moment.
As you wish.
We went for
I
just
still
one.
think-
I would have asked for turn ears off.
I still think just lowercase what is perfectly captures the feeling, but okay, yes, deafening silence is better. I love how I suggested it, and I'm like, but no, other one.
Yeah. Yeah, you did this to yourself.
Fuck you.
Alright, thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.